Welcome to the Video Game Dads podcast. This is episode 3. Episode 3, guys. Cheers.
Yay!
Cling, cling, cling. All right. Video Game Dads podcast is where 3 guys sit in a basement and discuss video games, family, life, and everything in between. Thank you for joining us. You can find us on Facebook. Shane, what's our Facebook?
Facebook.com/videogamedads.
Very good. And our Twitter is @videogamedads. And our email, Adam.
videogamedads@yahoo.com.
Yeah, again, we do not have the Gmail. We don't claim to have the Gmail. It's @yahoo.com.
Yeah, we like data breaches, so Yahoo.
Yeah.
Go Yahoo.
So thank you. Any questions, comments, concerns, corrections, anything you want to send us, let us know. I don't know if we got any emails this week. We've had in the past, so send us something because there's a good chance we're going to talk about it and discuss it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So how is your guys' holiday week coming up? Has it been okay? You got your Christmas presents, everything?
It's rough.
Oh, boy.
man.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
never mind. I wish I didn't bring
Take
it
it
up.
back.
Well, no,
Take it back
I
out.
thought I was done, and like with Christmas, but my wife, like I keep seeing her doing more and more stuff,
Yeah.
and so now it's become apparent to me that I haven't done enough.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I know.
So,
I'm the same
so
way.
now I've got it's like a Cold War or a nuclear arms race or mutually assured destruction. I'm not sure how you want to
Okay.
how you want to categorize this.
Sure, it's a little dark, but that's
it
fine.
is. Well, it's becoming clear to me that I'm losing this war of debt. So,
Yeah.
so I've got to step up my game. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go out tomorrow and try to get some more stuff
Gotcha.
so
There
that
you
I
go.
can catch up.
Yeah, we'll get it. Well, I should catch up because I bought a car like 3 hours ago.
Oh yeah,
Oh boy.
that's big news.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
why we started a little late. I didn't wake up thinking I was going to get one. It's just how it happened. That does it to you. And so does adding children in your mind, thinking, "Oh, I better do this now before I do it." Change
It was
your
those
third car.
those commercials on TV with the bow on top of the car.
I know that does it. That makes you just want one. People say that. Like, do people really do that? I do think the Mercedes dealerships do like give out a bow.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Around
they
the
do.
holidays.
They do.
Yeah, see,
Yep,
look,
they do.
Shane knows about it. He's
Yeah.
got like 4 in
Well,
it.
Yeah, I
that's-
absolutely don't have one. I have a minivan,
Yeah.
truck, and crossover thing.
Yeah. That's how the rich people do, I guess. They get themselves a big ass boat.
Boat,
But then what do you do with it? You put it on what if you put it on a really small present the next year?
That would be awesome.
I like to regift. I'm just recycling. You could cut it down like it's a whale and use it for all the other people. But anyway, all right. Well, I think we should get to our first segment, which is called, what is it called again?
It's the video game book club.
Yeah.
Video Game Book Club. I actually asked you because my brain went dead for a second. I forgot what the heck it was. Yeah, our Video Game Book Club. All right. So I got to choose this last time, and for those of you first-time listeners, we call this little segment Video Game Book Club because what we do is similar to a book club. We pick out a game between every episode, and we play it and give our thoughts, and also gives a chance for our listeners to do the same thing.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, you could at least kind of find videos of it on YouTube or something like that. But most of the time, these games we're going to pick, we're not going to pick games that cost 6 figures, 3 figures, anything crazy. And everything in between, the 4 and the 5 figures.
Yeah.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Oh, okay.
The last game was a 3-figure game.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
okay.
that's
well,
a $100 game.
yeah. From now on, then, how about that? Whoops.
I mean, unless there's happens to be one that is
Yeah.
expensive that we want to play.
So we're not going to pick an expensive game unless we want to. So anyway, we did Bucky O'Hare for the first game, and that was really fun game.
Really good game.
And this last time I picked for the NES, Dusty Diamond's All-Star Softball.
Yes.
And you guys got to play it. We played it even a little bit before.
Yeah.
Shane, you played it a bunch.
Yeah, I played a
yesterday?
bunch. I played all the stages. My favorite was the park and then the schoolyard. Those are the best ones to me. Picking out the characters was really awesome. There's a ton. It's
Yeah, there's
It
probably
was like 50 or 60 of them.
yeah,
something?
50 or 60, and they're all unique.
Yeah, they're all unique. They all have different, attributes. I mean, they can run fast, they can throw fast. One's dirt slow. One hits super good though, but he's super slow. Mm-hmm. Seems like all the fat people are fast on it though, which is awesome.
Yeah,
But
and pitch weird.
and
like
pitch
dizzy.
weird, yeah. Then people pitch weird and have all these different attributes. It's really awesome.
Yeah, the bald guy
Yeah.
pitches weird. Dizzy. Pro tip: Dizzy's a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah,
We tried to make it so we could play the we're playing in a tunnel. You should see right now Shane is doing yoga to not make noise with the microphone, and that was worth pointing out.
We got new chairs. I'm not really.
I wish so bad we had video of what just happened.
Yeah, it was kind of if you ever want to see Shane like move like a yoga ballerina to not knock something over.
It was incredibly graceful. I'm actually in tears right now.
Yeah, like that scene from the scene from Mission Impossible where Tom Cruise like barely touches the floor.
Yeah, this didn't look like that.
Yeah,
That looked like a weak version of that. Yeah, pretty much.
Same thing. But anyway, what were we talking about? So I won't talk much about the game. I want you guys to give your impressions because you know I love the game. It's one of my favorites. It's one that no one talks about.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you thought, Adam?
Oh, I don't know. It's really cool. I mean, it's a simple game. It's a baseball game, but the animations are all done really well. It's pretty well balanced. Everybody moves about the right speed.
Yeah.
It's pretty competitive. The game sort of does what it needs to do to sort of make it close and make things competitive between people. But
it doesn't have the rubber band like you were talking about. What was it? The rubber banding or something like that, where it keeps it close. Like you could blow, on purpose. You could blow out somebody if you really wanted to.
So what's
I
a good
think.
like a good example would be like NFL Blitz.
Yeah, Blitz.
Yeah.
No, it always sucks you back in. Yes, you can never blow out anybody.
Mario Kart, or as our Canadian friends call them, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that ever since YouTube? Sorry, an aside. Some people call him Mario instead of Mario.
I hear that. It's weird.
that sounds like blasphemy.
I know, but it's fun. It's just it's an Eastern thing and also a Canadian thing.
It sounds like an incorrect thing.
Yeah, like Mario Paint.
yeah.
No offense,
Nope.
Canada.
Yeah, sorry, Canadian listeners, all zero of you. Yeah.
What else? I mean, there's some other good attributes to it too. The guy who could fly around, that guy was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hit A to go back down on the ground though, so you could literally go flying over the ball, or you could just fly up and catch it. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
Then people have different bats and stuff too. Like there's a
That's
witch.
kind of what I liked about it.
Yeah, the witch. Yeah,
she's got a broom, and then there's somebody that has like a mop or something.
yeah, minor cap, and then guy has like a pick. Yeah, it's
the
really
guy has an
awesome.
axe pick and
Yeah, it's really awesome. I always have to mention the bad parts of a game, though. I would say the bad parts are. I wish they had like cutscenes or something when you score, just because the characters have so much detail. Like it would be so cool to see that in a cutscene.
Sure,
that would be amazing.
like a fatality.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kid softball.
Like Techno Bowl or something. Just jump up, high five. That'd be just awesome with like Dizzy and like Zelda. You know, that'd be
Speaking
cool.
of, I think my biggest criticism of this game is that Bo Jackson is not in it.
Yeah, Bo Jackson would be completely awesome in this. He should have been in it.
We'll see, just like Mission Impossible, Bo Jackson is actually Dizzy.
Yeah.
He's just under a big mask.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys seen that commercial of Bo Jackson, by the way, that he's come out with Tecmo Super
Oh
Bowl?
yeah, the one with the Kia. Yeah.
Yep.
The Kia commercial, which is
it's
like,
all, it's all the rage.
But it's funny because it's totally a target demographic of early 30s because that Kia car is definitely for late 20s, I even 30, mid to late 30s. And that is who they're playing for.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, I was actually shocked when I saw it on TV. I thought, God, this is.
There's
I mean,
two
I always thought that was
versions.
kind of an obscure reference, but apparently it's not.
So and there's also another version with Brian Bosworth. Did
Yeah,
you guys
I've
see
seen that.
one?
Yeah, that's cool.
So and that's another and they even cut to a part where I think there was a pretty good highlight out there where Bo Jackson, and these are football players for those of you who don't know, cuts off like Brian Bosworth or like makes him look really silly, and he like gives a rib at him. Anyway,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I guarantee Bo don't know Kia or whatever. What is that car? Is it Kia?
Oh, I think Bo Jackson's driving a Kia. Sure.
No, Bo Jackson is not driving no Kia.
He
no
might be
way.
driving a Kia.
No way, Jose.
I saw a documentary of him. They did like a Bono's documentary on like a ESPN 30 for 30 or something. He actually is kind of like a quiet, recluse kind of guy. I mean, he could have been driving a Kia, maybe.
What? Really?
Yeah.
LeBron James drives a Kia. I've seen the commercial.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, he swears it.
No. That thing's made of paper and behind it's a Ferrari. There's no way.
He no common folk.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, no. What is it? The K900. That's his favorite car.
No.
Yeah.
It's a good name.
We're gonna have to stop talking about Kia. They're not paying us.
Yeah, no.
I know all these people we talk about. We're not getting
Nobody
paid for
is.
it.
And actually, I should point out we're having a drink. If you watch our Facebook, we posted a picture about us drinking some 8-bit pale ale. That was donated to a friend of mine that I saw over the last weekend. He plays games. It's funny, actually. This guy, he plays only the Assassin's Creed games. But none of the other, and he'll just play them all, and he loves them all, and it's his favorite thing.
Hey,
with
there
that
you go.
movie coming out too. But anyway, he works for Tall Grass, which is a beer company, and they make this 8-bit pale ale that's pretty cool. It's got retro art on it. He's like, hey, let me give this to you guys. So thank you to him for donating that.
I love it.
Yeah, and that movie. Are you guys gonna watch that movie? By the way,
I'll watch it. I should back up. I know zero, and this is probably blasphemy too, but I haven't played any of the Assassin's Creed games. I've kind of avoided them, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I avoided them for a while, so I'll tell you You haven't either, Shane?
No, I haven't either.
Really?
No,
I'm the only Assassin's Creed guy.
Yeah.
I didn't play the first. I played the first one a little bit, and it was a little technical and weird, and I didn't own a PS3 back then. But then the second one, everybody kept saying was amazing, so good, awesome, unlike anything you've ever played. And then finally, a couple years later, I played Assassin's Creed 2 and loved the snot out of it. 100%ed it. Then Brotherhood came out, loved that game too. Michael Fassbender really likes the games too. That's why he was a big reason why this movie was made.
I like him as an actor. I mean, I think he's really good in like the X-Men movies and all those. So, so I'll probably watch it just because of that. I guess.
I won't watch it.
Yeah,
it's not my thing. I don't know.
Right.
It
Well, if you guys, I have tickets with a buddy, and a couple of us are going to go. Even my wife's going to go. She wanted to see it. And, it might not be good. I bet you it's better than Prince of Persia.
That's what I'm just having flashes of.
Yeah,
Prince of Persia.
I avoided that one.
Jake Gyllenhaal, right from the Middle East.
Direct spray tan, hit him with it. Boom.
Yeah. Cyclops.
Boom.
Yeah. But anyway, if you ever want to get on to Assassin's Creed, I always think 2's really good, Brotherhood's really good, Black Flag. If you're going to play one, guys, if you ever do...
I thought Black Flag looked really cool out of all
play
of
Black
them.
Flag. That's a great one to start into. It's one of my favorites because it's got the whole pirate thing going on. But the running, the stabbing, and all that
it looks
stuff.
fine. It's just it's not my type of thing.
I would probably
A little too
like it,
technical.
honestly. I mean, I really like the Uncharted games. I like adventure games. So I really have
They were
no
making
excuse.
one every year, and then they shipped a broken one. They had all these issues.
Well, that was
they're taking their
Unity,
time.
wasn't it? That came
Unity.
across that was
Unity was really broken. But then they made the Syndicate one. That's pretty good. But anyway, we're getting off our topic a little bit
Back
about
to
the
Dusty
game.
Diamond.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Dusty
Diamond. There might not be a lot more to say. We kind of talked. It is simple. What I like about it is it's one of those easy to pick up, hard to master. I was watching you, Adam. You hadn't played it before. You were playing really well, but I forgot the fielding takes a little bit to judge it because the ball can bounce over your head. Your sprites are really small.
Yeah, that's another bad thing
maybe
about
your
it.
sprite is small.
Yeah, LeBron James sprite isn't small. Or was it Kobe Bryant was always hawking sprite? But anyway,
But that's pretty much my only complaints about the game, though. I mean, all the rest of it's awesome. Music's good. I mean, it's repetitive, but it's good. Good music.
Yeah.
Great stages. The stages are all fun and different. I mean, there's 6 different ones, which is awesome. Great character selection. I mean, I think it's like a $60. What's $60 game?
$60. I looked it up earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, about $60.
And it's made by who? You kind of looked this up too.
Yeah, so it's made by Tosei, I think was the developer, and it's TOSE, I think.
Did they make anything else?
Yeah, they made a ton of stuff. Like a lot of the old NES games and things, they're like, I'm kind of pulling this out a little bit, but I think like a lot of the first Capcom games that were for the NES, and a lot of those early years NES games from Japan were developed by Tosei. They all have other names on them.
Yeah.
But they developed like a lot of stuff that you would know. So, but the publisher on it is Brotobun, which I think is kind of funny because for me they're synonymous with Carmen Sandiego from back in the day. Because I remember playing it at school, and I had a 286 computer at home that weighed 80 pounds, and it had a Carmen Sandiego on it. That was a Brotobun game, and I think they made like word processor software and stuff too, but they made all this like educational stuff, kind of like Software Toolworks or one of those kind of things. So I thought it was kind of funny that Carmen's from the makers of Carmen Sandiego. Here's this
baseball.
Here's this baseball softball game thing. With a bunch of kids,
we keep calling it baseball, but it's actually softball. But they have fast and slow pitch on that too, so that's a cool aspect too.
And they underhand it.
Yeah, they underhand it. Yeah,
so they're accurate there, and they have 4 outfielders, which I think is a softball thing.
Not for sure.
I'm sure our listeners are huge sports fans. We can say,
but yeah, I mean, $60 game, maybe a stretch on that. I mean, I'd pay $25-$30.
Yeah. I mean, if it sounds interesting to you, it probably then is. It's one of those games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, and we'd love to hear what you guys think.
Please.
Even
Facebook.
if it's after we did it, you're hearing this way later. Let us know. Hey, I like Dusty Diamonds. I thought it stunk. it reminded me of this other game I've never heard of or something, yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
So, moving on to it's time for another choice. So Adam got to pick the first one. I picked the second one. It is time for Shane, and it's going to be a huge surprise.
Yep.
It better be a good one.
Not
It
at
is.
all.
It is
I already
a
know
great
it.
one.
Yeah. So Shane, you get to pick. We're going to stick with the NES, and then we're going to let our audience pick
Pick the next one.
the next one. But Shane,
But
what
I am
is it?
picking Friday the 13th. Yes.
Oh.
LJN. Yes.
Oh,
I know everybody's just so happy about this, but I love Friday the 13th.
Yeah. So sell me on it, because all I've heard is this game is terrible.
It's I'm not gonna lie, like it's the greatest game ever, but it's not as terrible as everybody makes it out to be. I mean, you get all these different aspects from your character. So you get, I think it's 5 characters to pick from, the counselors. So you play as the counselors and you run around
Okay.
and try to get Jason pretty much. Or Jason's trying to get you, actually, because he attacks the counselors also.
Gotcha. Like the movies.
Like the movies. But then there's also a children aspect, so you have to save the children. If all the children die, then you die, game over.
Like Moonwalker from Michael Jackson, saving children.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So you got to do that. You got to save.
Is there a monkey?
No, there's no
Yeah.
monkey.
Yeah,
There's no bubbles.
monkey.
No
Okay.
bubbles.
No bubbles. All right.
So you have to do that. But there's different. You could go into different cabins. One of my favorite things is when I was a kid, it was super scary. Is you would walk into a random cabin and
Yeah.
Jason would be in there, and you'd look through every little nook and cranny through the thing, and boom, he just pops up out of nowhere, and the music starts dun 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 dun, and then you got to dodge his punches. I like the graphics too.
All right.
There is some chinsy spart. I mean, like, there's some cheap hits he gets on you. Like, if you have to go to like the cabin out in the middle of the water, pretty much. It's like a little island, and you have to rowboat out there. And if he attacks you there's no way to dodge it, and you just get hit. It's cheesy, but to me, it's just a good game, though.
well,
I mean, you
picked
get
it.
machetes, you get different weapons, rocks.
You
get
picked it. We played it. You know,
Yeah.
we're not going to pick Super Mario 3. We're not going to pick Super Mario 2. Those are great games. Everybody already knows it. Maybe we will if we get through the whole collection. We go around so many times. But the point of this is kind of pick games we liked.
Yeah, and it's a cheap game, so anybody out there they could pick this up. I mean, you could go to your local game store and pick it up for $5 to $8.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if they're charging more than that, don't get it.
corner
But-
of a gas station toilet.
Yeah.
There's 3 copies there.
Yeah.
This game I heard is terrible.
No, it's man. I'm telling you.
Buy
Okay,
crack
everybody listen.
and this
Yeah.
game at the same time.
Yeah.
Everybody, I'm telling you, just give it a shot. Give it about 15 minutes. I'm not gonna say it's the greatest thing ever, but it's
15.
it's worth
Well,
playing.
the one
man.
thing
it's
I
worth
have,
playing.
I've not played it since I was a kid. I remember playing it a lot as a kid and being very confused about where to go and what to do. And
So
all
you
these
have to
kinds of-
figure out the map. Like always
Yeah.
check your map. So you start. Here's a pro tip. So just. I guess not pro tip, but
No, I like it being a pro
Yeah, no,
tip.
let's
That's
keep
fine.
calling it a pro tip.
Pro
yeah.
tip. So you just keep you run one way and then you keep checking your map, and so then you know which way you're running that way. So you have to just keep checking your map. So run to the right and see which way on the map you're going on the maps, because I mean sometimes it gets twisted around.
Yeah.
So you just always check the map.
Well, what I was going to say is since the advent of YouTube, which we didn't have when we were children,
Nope.
is you can, if you go on there and watch like a brief, quick tutorial
Yeah.
of how to play the game, I think it will help everyone
That's
tremendously.
true.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You don't need Shane's pro tips over here, I guess.
No.
Pretty much.
You still need your pro tips are still important, Shay.
Yeah. Who doesn't love a game that you've got to go to an extra source to figure out how to play that game? I'm so excited, Shane.
Yeah.
We're giving you crap. I'm excited. I actually am, because I want to see the good in it. Because
Yeah.
all I've heard is kind of it's not very good, but there's some nostalgia there.
You can't go wrong with a purple Jason.
Yeah,
It's
and his
great.
sprite is purple.
It's
yeah.
It's awesome.
So
it's
is
so cool.
So is
looking.
Batman for the NS is great. And
I know, that's-
he's purple too.
Yeah, he's
it is
purple
purple
too.
Batman.
So,
Yeah.
something about it.
All right, so that will be our pick for our video game book club of episode 3 going into episode 4. It will be Friday the 13th for the NES.
Woohoo!
All right.
A good Christmas game.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good Christmas game. Getting everything done. I actually got the nursery done. I talked about it last
Yeah.
time a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's finally done. I need to show you guys pictures. Oh, man, we're at that age. I was just thinking about how exciting it would be to show you guys some pictures of a nursery I just did. But we got the names up. We've got the pictures up, paints up. Everything's in there. Wife feels better, too. The whole nesting. She says it's real. I believe it.
Yeah.
The whole nesting thing for her is strong right now in the 3rd trimester. So
You got chairs and everything. You got a good rocking chair.
Yes.
Invest in a good rocking chair. I could say that.
Yeah,
It's
we,
awesome. Yeah.
We do. We have a good one. It's
Good.
it's not really meant for a baby's room, but it's meant for tall people like us.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I got that in there. I don't know, changing table.
Yeah, changing table.
what
You never
else
use
you
it.
need?
You just end up throwing them on the ground. So
Really?
yeah, pro tip.
The baby or the diaper? What are you talking about?
All of the above.
Okay, you just do it anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere and everywhere, real quick.
I used ours.
All right,
The
good.
changing
Thank
table.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
See, I
yeah.
never used ours. I was just like, it's just too hard for me.
Yeah, but you're like super dad though. I never was that good.
You've been
You're-
doing this a while.
You're like changing diapers with your foot, you know.
Yeah,
And,
like
like,
anytime
yeah.
Shane comes over, he's got like 3 kids in the car and got them all like, taken care of, doing their thing. And what about? Should I say this? I'm going to.
Do it.
Sorry.
Do it.
You came over with your truck once, and in the back of your truck were all these diapers.
Oh man, they were in the van, so I transferred them over the truck real quick because the van was sort of
No.
stinking. And then I was gonna take them out of the truck and put them in the garbage can because the garbage can's close to the truck. Yeah.
Hey, this is real life. We don't
Yeah.
hide anything from this
Boy.
podcast or our listeners. This is kind of how it goes. You got
What episode is this?
3 kids.
Is this episode 4?
3 kids.
Delete it.
No,
Delete it.
it's 3.
No.
It's 3.
How,
So you're already thinking we're further.
Yeah. Okay.
How old are your kids again, Shane?
One, not even one, and 3
Ow.
and some change.
All right.
No details,
I
man.
could've
It's been a
told you
long day.
that.
Yeah,
That's-
no,
no, that's fine.
It's been a long day
So
today
we have
too.
a 1, a less than 1, and a 3 and some change.
3 and some change. Oh yeah.
Oh man, and I'm barely a video game dad. I've still got my 1 on the way. And Adam, your kiddo, who we just saw recently,
Yeah, 3 years old.
3 years old, did not want to go to bed.
No, he's really anti-sleep right now.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's when they do their growing, so it's important. But he looks like a tall kid anyway.
Yeah, he's going to be really tall.
Yeah. And he was trying to show Shane. It's funny. I get it when kids don't want to do something, they try to like think of other stuff. Like, hey, Shane, look at this Christmas tree. Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So he
showing
started-
me every ornament.
Yeah,
It's
so he starts
awesome.
taking the ornaments off, and
Yeah.
we've been telling him all day long to stop taking the ornaments off the tree. But now he's got a buddy to show him.
Yeah.
To, so there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of them too.
Kids are fun. They're starting to learn, like, I can manipulate people.
Yep.
Well, no, and he already does the thing where he'll, go to me and I'll be like, no, and then he'll go to mom.
Sort of
and
wander over
kinda-
to mom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like one of them's going to tell me this is fine.
See,
Yeah.
I'm the hard one, so it's like they always just go straight to my wife.
Oh,
They're just
so
like,
it's like
they just run straight to
Good
Beth.
cop, bad cop. You're the bad cop.
Yeah, I'm bad cop.
all
Yeah,
right.
I'm strict cop. She's like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like, I want cake. And mom's like, well, you could just have a little piece. And daddy's like, absolutely not. You cannot have the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No.
And then you eat it in front of them and
Yeah.
laugh in their face.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want why do you have cake that early in the morning? That's awesome. I
Our
want it.
daughter is on this cake kick. So I'd say every 2 days, she has to make cake. So we always have to have eggs we always get like the cheap cake ones where you just have to have eggs or whatever. And
Yeah,
you mix it together really
Easy
quick.
mix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
mix. Every 2 days, she asks, cake? You want to do cake? And my wife always, I just get done cleaning the kitchen up. Boom, it happens again. Cake, and it's just stuff everywhere. And I'm like, man, but it's good cake though.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I can say,
I guess good trade-off.
I'd like to have cake.
but she loves doing it though.
Yeah,
you should see
if-
a look on her face though. She loves doing cake though.
Yeah, if one of the worst problems is that there's too much cake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's a first world
Just
issue.
wait till again. Pie's more complicated, but I'll take pie over cake.
I
any
can't
day.
do pies.
You don't
no.
like pie?
I can't do pies. I can't make pies.
Oh, I can't make a pie.
You don't have
I
to
can
make it.
Yeah, I can buy it. I
That's
can buy
true.
a
I guess I
pie.
could just buy
I'm
it,
really
yeah.
good at buying pie.
I'm really good pie buyer.
Yeah, like Laura's sometimes shocked. It's one of those things like you ever see like an animal you own all of a sudden act like a wild animal, like
Yeah.
they do something really abrupt. Like we were together a long time. I'm not a big guy. You wouldn't think I can destroy a cake, but like or a pie. Sorry. So like we'll eat our dessert, and it's just like she's eating it like you're supposed to,
Yeah.
like a lady, and I'm not like a gentleman. I'm just like shoveling it in. She's like, "How did you eat it that fast?" I'm like, turn around so I can eat your piece of cake without you looking.
I do that with milkshakes. It's like milkshake. Like I'll get it, and then about 2 or 3 minutes later, it could be a large one. Done.
Really?
But
No,
absolutely.
Every
That
time
and
I eat a
pancakes.
milkshake, I feel like somebody shot me in the stomach.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like the first, 4 ounces are pretty good, and then after that, it's like I hate myself, and
Yeah.
I'm just like keep doing it.
Yeah, hey gallbladder, wake up and take care
Yeah.
of this right now. Yeah, you're like overabundance of milk. Your gallbladder's probably in there like, holy crap.
No, and my pancreas is making this sound that only dogs can hear.
Oh man, yeah. I gotta go to lay down, honey. All right. Well, anyway, so Adam, what have you been playing? Have you been playing anything? Or doing anything? Collecting anything? Let's start with collections. I
Okay,
guess.
sure,
Let's do
sure.
that.
Yeah, I actually had a really big, figuratively and literally pickup here recently, which actually both these guys can take some credit for.
Yeah, because we carried it. You
Yeah,
you
'cause
basically.
I bought it and then they carried it for me.
It looks like the Ark of the Covenant, and probably about as big as it is.
Except that no one's face melted when we opened it, so that was kind of
Well,
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, right. We
good.
just didn't look at it. Close your eyes.
Keep your eyes shut.
Keep your eyes shut. No
So
matter what.
yeah, so it's a Nintendo Red Tent arcade. So
Yeah.
I've been looking for one of these, and they intermittently pop up, but I never have been able to get my hands, my greedy little mitts on one. And this one's really cool because it's original and not modified or changed out. Still
Yeah.
has its original CRT.
So it's kind of
monitors and-
obscure. So only like niche collectors would know this is. When you say a Nintendo Red Tent, this isn't a toy. So kind of describe this thing. It's an arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's similar to a tabletop arcade, except it's not a tabletop arcade. But
Tabletop flat arcade.
but it's flat on top and it sets on legs, and you kind of pull up to it with a bar stool essentially, and play it that way. It's got screens on either side, so
Yeah.
it's kind of triangular in shape. So it's got a screen and then a set of joysticks on either side.
Yeah, like a versus, like you're playing against someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're playing against somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they made different boards, and if anybody knows what a Play Choice 10 is, it's kind of like that. But you could change the games out inside of these depending on what board you had inside the machine.
Not like a home console, but you can flip it. I've got one of these things too. It's modified to play like a Ninja Turtles arcade game, but yours is very much original and very good shape.
Yeah. So mine has, I actually got 3 games with it. It's got NES Golf, the original Mario, or Super Mario Brothers, not the original Mario Brothers, but Super Mario Brothers, and then Excite Bike.
Yeah, it's really cool because you have the original like marquee thing, so you could tell which game is which on each side. So it's got like a little 3x3 picture or something.
Yeah.
4x3 or something
and
like
it actually
that.
has, it almost looks hand drawn, but it has this sort of copy
Yeah,
of
it's
hand drawn
super
artwork
cool.
with the
But I think that's
instructions on it.
original though. But
Oh
it's
yeah,
cool,
yeah, and
man.
I guarantee you there's not very many of those still around. But,
Yeah,
and
that's
if you see like old renditions of Mario from the early '80s, he looked a bit different than what he ended up looking like in the '90s. Has a bigger nose and just looks a little bit different. So it's kind of unique in that way. It definitely looks like the old Mario. Like if you ever seen Mario in NES Golf or whatever, the big fat guy kind of
Got
thing.
the
It's
big-
it's sort of the not short squatty guy, but sort of a big fat guy kind of look to him. So, but it's old. I mean, these games are, it's older, I guess, than even the NES or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before
but
it came
it's-
out. It kind of
yeah.
helped
Sell the home consoles
you
in a
know,
way, I
looking
guess,
back,
but
I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe I did. I don't remember if I saw one of these as a kid.
I don't remember seeing him as a kid.
might actually. You know what? I might have
I have a false memory, I think, of seeing
think
one,
so.
but I don't know that I ever actually did.
I'm the
I
same
always
way
seen
as
the
you.
play choices. That's what I
Yeah, I
always seen.
remember playing a Play Choice on several occasions when I was a kid, but I don't remember ever playing one of
Yeah,
these.
I know I
distinctly.
saw one years before it was a thing. But anyway, yeah, they're obscure. They're heavier than heck. We carried them downstairs. You had to remove some doors, but we got it done. Yeah, no, we got it done. It was fine. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's really cool
Nah,
though.
it wasn't.
I still have to get it apart and clean it up some. It still smells like burning dust a little bit if I keep it turned on too
Yeah,
long. So it
that's
needs to be blown out. It's been in a storage facility for like 20 years. So
Yeah, and like all arcades, before we like you've, we'll take some pictures and we'll post these up. We've got some. Actually, all of us have arcade games. Adam's got a couple, like Cruising World, Asteroids. He's got a pinball machine. I've got one too. I've got two pinball machines, a few arcades, X-Men arcade, Ninja Turtles, Outrun, the original Outrun. We'll take some pictures and kind of show online, put them on Facebook and
I
stuff.
have one. It's Karate Champ. It's I like it, but
That Karate Champ cabinet's cool.
it's cool.
cabinet.
I love
Yeah.
the arcade
Yeah,
sticks. I mean,
it's really
it is cool, but it's like you guys are naming off all these. I'm like, dang.
Well, where did I get my Asteroids arcade, Shane?
Oh yeah, I did. I
Yeah,
sold that. I did
actually-
have that actually.
Yeah, the first time I ever met Shane was when I was buying that
Yeah.
Asteroids cabinet from him.
Okay.
Oh, look
I
at
did.
that.
So that Asteroids cabinet
That's
is
your friendship piece.
it's basically our little love child.
Yeah, you guys should write on the back with a little heart and etch it, and then like
It's already on there.
30 years,
Yeah.
your son's gonna get it and look in the back and
It's
think,
like, Daddy, you
"What?"
Shane. And why do you heart him?
It's like that was your mom's nickname, hon. Yeah. I just called her Shane. Oh man! But anyway, yeah, we'll take some pictures because obviously video game dads. That's part of being part of video games. Whoops, my chair just went down a little bit. I messed with the oscillating thing, or not
Yeah.
oscillating, whatever, the oscillator.
So I got
actuator.
that, so I got that, and that's really cool. Like I've been looking, like I said, one forever, and then that was one of the last big things I really wanted. I think was that red tint, but I got Minecraft story mode for the Wii U.
Oh, you play it?
No, I don't even know how you get a story mode out of Minecraft.
You can figure something
There's
out.
like 8 episodes on it too, I
Yeah.
think, but I probably will eventually because it's a Telltale game and I really like those. But and then I got Rush of Blood for VR.
Nice.
Because my wife and anybody you're introducing to VR, they tend
That's
to,
a good one.
they
That's a
tend to
good one.
really
That's a
like
great
the
one
Scare
to
the crap
do.
out of
So-
them. That's great.
and it was on. I think I got it from GameStop for like $15 or something.
Nice.
On
Black
I actually
Friday.
ordered it, like 3 weeks ago or something on Black Friday, but it just now got here the other day. I got a Bloodborne on PS4, which I think I got for like $8 on a Black Friday thing. It was either 8 or 10, and that's really about it. And then I got another game, Until Dawn, which I think I got from Target online for $10, I think. Too.
I always wanted to play that. I played it for only like 20 minutes, and I kids were going crazy.
I've
but
heard
it looks good.
I've heard it's really good. So just I guess I can try to describe it.
Yeah, I'm playing through it right now.
Okay,
Are
you
you?
just
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
describe it.
that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's actually
Sure.
good.
So on to what I'm playing, I guess. I've spent a good chunk of the week actually playing that game, and it's actually a really well done, very story driven kind of game. But it's for lack of a better term, it's kind of a campy teenager horror sort of thing.
Yeah,
So if you've ever
sure.
watched the movies Scream, or I Know What You Did Last Summer, or
I know what you did last summer too.
yeah, I
3,
think I might
10,
remember
20.
what happened back that summer.
man.
Yeah.
Whenever, yeah. Joyride, any of those. So like those stupid, teenager, boyfriend girlfriend fight,
Yeah.
and then somebody goes off in the woods and gets murdered.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
kind of
choose your own
things.
adventure. You keep,
Yeah. So, but it's really well done. I mean, you could tell the people that made it put a lot of effort into it. It's
Voice acting seemed really good.
Yeah,
on it,
the
too.
voice acting's
The actors
good.
are real actors like Hayden Panettiere,
Yeah, that's
which
what I
is
was
save
saying.
the cheerleader,
I guess
save the world.
they motion captured all of them and put them into the game. But it's like I said, you can tell that it was a big budget game that they put a lot of effort into. So it's kind of cool.
Have you kept people alive? That's part of it. Anybody?
So
die?
Has anybody died yet?
Well, I don't know. My wife says it might make me a bad person because like sometimes I kind of get people killed on purpose because I don't know. But
Yeah,
so
that
no,
makes-
my
that makes you a
goal,
bad
no, like if the characters that I think are kind of annoying. Like there's points in the game where you kind of have to make a decision. Maybe one
Yeah.
person's going to make it. Maybe one person. Spoilers, kind of.
No,
but
yeah, that's-
one person's going to make it. One person isn't, and so I'll just let the person go that I think is less annoying than
Yeah.
the other,
Yeah.
which I think is kind of what you ought to do.
Yeah.
But no, my goal isn't to keep everyone alive. I've kind of been playing it is in like if this was really the situation that I was in, what decision would I make?
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Rather than what decision am I going to do that's going to keep as much of this cast around till the end of the game?
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it. It
Yeah.
seemed really cool. It's like any person could die at that time if you make the wrong choice, but then there's so many different endings. It just seems really cool.
Yeah, so I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to get to the ending where everybody doesn't make it. Because I'm not playing it to try to get to the end where I quote unquote win.
And you could play it again.
know?
I heard people
Yeah.
play it multiple times over, and that's like part of the fun of it.
But it's a nice bite-sized game where it's broken up like into chapters, and you can play any given chapter in probably 30 minutes or so. So
You have good stopping points and everything.
Yeah, sort of.
too.
So I've just been playing like a chapter every night, essentially. I don't know how far I'm actually into the narrative. I guess with the collectibles and things you pick up in the game, I'm probably about halfway through it or a little bit further.
Cool.
But But yes, that's basically most of my pickups, aside from Stealth Limited Run, I guess, came in the mail the other day, too.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten that yet. Yeah, Limited Run's last release for the PS4. I ordered it, but it has not come yet. Me, I just, yes, same old stuff. I've gotten some imports for the PS3. Maybe someday on our, we have a YouTube. I forgot to say that. We don't have any videos up, but we have a YouTube. We will eventually. I'm going to get on it here soon, where we're going to put the podcast online just to have more options for people to find us.
More outlets.
Yeah, Stitcher, iTunes, that kind of thing. And and if we haven't said it yet, but if you want to rate or comment anything you want on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd appreciate it, because it kind of helps us get seen a little bit more. But we appreciate everybody who's liked and followed us recently here on Facebook and everywhere else. So thank you. But anyway, what else? I'm working on some shelves in my room. So I used to have all my games in different places in the house. Now I'm putting them all in one room, kind of like I am taking the alcohol away from an alcoholic, because I'm having a new baby in here eventually that's going to like see all these games. And you guys all kind of have yours all in one area.
Yeah.
And most people do. So I'm just doing that. So I bought some big shelves on, and they're pretty tall.
Those things are pretty massive.
Yeah,
man.
they're like 4 feet by 6 feet, or 7 feet, actually. Might even taller than me.
Yeah.
So I've done that. What else have I picked? I already
What
said.
other? Hold a second. What games or like what stuff are you putting in there? Are you putting everything in there? Right. You putting all your like Game Boy Advance?
I'm putting everything, and I'm actually making custom cases for them too. So I don't keep. A lot of games came in boxes, cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
Nintendo games and stuff. You guys, I don't like the card. I don't keep the cardboard boxes, but you can make custom cases by buying universal cases, and for like your Nintendo 64, and then printing out the artwork. And I'm taking on doing that for all my games.
You better get that done, man.
I wanted to, it looks like a library, and I am actually starting it. What I did find out that really bites is that you go through printer paper like crazy. So we'll post on the links. There's a guy called NES Complex who actually posts a video tutorial about this and makes it look good. So it looks like you have the original box and the box art. You pick it up. The whole nostalgia factor of seeing what it looks like and getting more idea of the game. And it's also pretty protective. They're not flimsy. They basically look like a big VHS clamshell case that can hold them in a position where they don't move around. So I bought like 3 sets of colored ink and black ink, and I remember I was texting you guys, I went through them so quickly. I got through like 10 sheets of paper, and it went through an entire ink thing. So I basically got like 35 of them done.
Yeah.
And keep in mind I have hundreds.
Yeah.
For like $100 worth of ink, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm gonna go to FedEx Kinko's.
Yep.
I found out there's a way you can do it that's inexpensive and pay like, I don't know, 20-30 cents a sheet.
Yeah.
But then it's done, and I don't have to ever worry about it again.
Worry about it, exactly.
And I'm excited to make it look good.
Yeah.
The other thing I picked up was a Game Boy Macro. And
Game Boy Macro.
yeah, and you guys, so the Game Boy Advance made a Game Boy Micro, which most people are familiar with.
Yeah, a lot of people probably aren't going to know what a micro or macro is.
Yeah,
so,
or even both. I mean,
Yeah.
the Micro is kind of obscure too. It's just a smaller version with a very tiny, small screen that you could play the Game Boy Advance. Those are getting kind of pricey. And
Yeah,
then,
they're great for airline flights, though. I take that one on the plane.
Oh, do you?
the
Yeah,
Micro?
Oh, yeah. Every time I
yeah.
fly, I take mine with me.
Fits in your pocket pretty well. It's a tiny screen for sure, but it's a nice bright screen.
Yeah, bright screen looks good.
Yeah, and they're just neat little device, really well made. I think they're kind of pricey now, don't they?
Yeah, they're
go
around
for, like,
$100. Yeah.
Yeah.
That much? Okay, I was thinking like 70. Wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you can also play your GBA games on a DS, a fat DS or a DS Lite. So what someone has done was they call it a Game Boy Micro instead of Macro, or Macro instead of Micro. It's a large screen, and they modify a DS to kind of cut off the top half of the screen and put in stereo speakers, put in an LED. This guy custom molds a case, and it's like a custom thing.
Yeah.
It's not the cheapest thing in the world, and when he makes them, it's kind of like, what is it, like maybe a cobbler that makes a specific shoe, or like something that like somebody whittles and they only make like 10 of them a year. The Facebook, which you could find if you want to just by like searching anything, you enter Game Boy Macro, and a guy just puts them up every couple months, makes them in his basement on his own.
Is he up in the Seattle area or Portland area?
I don't know.
Or where's he from?
I'll find out, I guess, when it arrives.
Yeah.
Because I was able to get one. So he only had 10 of them up or 9 of them up. And I was able to get one of them. And I think they ship pretty quickly. So I'll get it before Christmas and just kind of check it out. But since I'm such a Game Boy Advance fan, I thought it was kind of a cool thing to get. If you have a DS, you can play it anyway, but just kind of how neat it is, and it kind of fits bigger hands, and I think we've all got bigger hands. I'm excited to check it out, and I'm excited to show you guys so you guys can kind of see the quality of it, because it just looks really good.
Yeah,
and
this one looks really good. You picked out a good color to it. What was it,
color
like
did
a
you
gold
get?
or yellow
Like
or something?
Flames or
No, he does customize a lot of different colors. You kind of just get and you pick which one you want. And this one had stereo speakers. It's gold. Yeah, it's kind of. It looks like the old Zelda cartridge.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and he had a red one, a couple others. But let's see, those were the big things I talked about. Rez finally showed up for the PSVR. That's kind of more what I was playing. But I ended up.
Which I should have ordered.
Should have ordered it also.
I told you guys.
I know.
To order
It's
it.
all good. It was all gone. Geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life sucks when you're broke.
Yeah, man. I am 8-Bit, which is a website, was selling Rez. And for those of you who don't know, Rez is basically a on-rail shooter music rhythm game that came out back in the Dreamcast PS2 era. Has a very big cult following. A lot of people really like the game. I know Jeff Gersman from Giant Bomb. It's like one of his favorite games. And he doesn't get very passionate about games, and he loves the heck out of it. I loved it, and I burned it for my Dreamcast back in the day, and I played it for
That's
PS3.
a pretty fancy term for burning.
What did I say?
Yeah, you import.
Oh, I know.
I imported that one
to a CDR.
I know. I just
Import
forgot.
it right off my computer.
Yeah. Well, anything's an import, right? This Budweiser's an import. I moved it from here to there.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. But anyway, it's a fun game. It's really. It's hard to say. It's kind of almost like Tron-like, but I played it in one whole sitting for the PSVR, and it was really fun. I let you guys borrow it. I just realized because it's not only digital only, you guys should just borrow it and check it out. But it was a really neat way to play a game I've played before many times. Ended up being a little easier as well, playing it with the PSVR as opposed to controller, because you can move your head faster than I guess your thumbstick.
Yeah, that's really awesome though. I mean, that's sort of cool.
Yeah,
maybe they'll add on some stuff.
The demo is really cool.
Yeah, you
VR.
target things with your head, and you can download the demo for free if you do have the VR. If you don't, they have it. You could play it without the VR mode or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's really immersive. I think VR is perfect for it. But that was really a lot of fun. What about you, Shane? You get anything from the old swap meet?
No swap meets are going. It's a little cold out here. I think it was like 20 degrees last week high. I mean, it's so cold. Yeah, 10 degrees. So my collecting really hasn't been much. I got a digital copy of the new game that took 10 years to make. Old Guardian of
the Last Guardian.
The Last Guardian. Yeah. Yeah,
I got
that. You got a code from your brother. I mean, you got a code. You got a code from Thin Air.
Yeah, Thin Air. So I played a little bit of it. It's cool. It's sort of weird on how like you have to do certain things to make stuff happen. I don't necessarily like that too much.
It seems like it's a very polarizing game so far. Some people say it's the greatest thing that's ever been made. And I've heard, or I guess reviewers.
Yeah, it seems like people are like,
saying,
some people are like love it or they just bash it.
So tell us about the game, or like the backstory of it. It's from Eco and
yeah, Eco and what else? Shadow of Colossus also made. They made that also. So it doesn't have a lot of action. You ride around like on like a big looking dog thing. I don't really know much about the game.
Like
I just know it looks sort of cool.
Story.
Yeah, it looked like the thing from Neverending Story, but it pretty much you're trying to. It's sort of platformy, I guess.
Did
in a way,
did you guys play Shadow of Colossus?
Oh yeah,
I played it.
I love the heck out of it.
I have started that game like 5 times. I play about 3 hours into it and then I quit.
I always play about an hour and I always quit.
Really?
I don't know. It's cool, but it's just like boss battle.
You guys are missing out.
I know everybody says that, but I guess I just don't get it.
I like it. I mean, but I just lose interest. It's just hard for me.
Maybe I just pick it up at the wrong times or whatever.
Well, the reason is Shadow of the Colossus is not as traditional because it's not like you have levels. You basically start out and you have to find this thing in real time. It's kind of like expansing like the state of Vermont or something,
Yeah.
trying to find these different colossus, and you hold your sword and you go find them, and you
find
the
the
whole
key
game is
points,
basically like 12 huge boss fights.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just puzzle game, right?
Yeah, and that's what this. So you're
Yeah.
saying about the
It's sort of like that. It's sort of, you go around the stage. I mean, I've only played an hour into it, hour and a half, and I mean, you ride around on the dog, you make the dog do things for you.
it's
and
a dog that has wings.
wings, yeah. He could. I guess he could technically fly, sort of. No, he can't fly. I haven't seen him fly yet, so I don't know if he does.
Yeah,
so,
I think you only like flap a little bit.
yeah,
Like
flap a little bit.
something
He gets a
happened to
little
it.
bit. Yeah,
I heard it's the draws of this game. Besides that, it had a trailer that came out many years
Yeah,
ago that
many
got
years
people
ago.
really excited about
Yeah,
it.
they've been talking
and
about this
they
thing forever.
they halted the development. The game was also made by the guy who was on these teams, which he's not anymore, and he kind of came back just to assist on this, and it got thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
What I've heard is this game is very good considering the turmoil in making
yeah.
it. Right.
I mean, I'm
Like a
glad they
good
made
movie.
it for sure. Yeah.
You mean
I
it's better than Duke Nukem Forever?
Yeah, yeah, that's a high bar. Yeah, so what I heard that's really neat is I love animals. We have dogs and cats and a bird and stuff. So actually, maybe this thing's like all our animals combined.
Pretty
the
much.
thing acts like you. It has to gain your trust.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of like reviews and plays about it. And it learns. You learn how to take care of it, and sometimes
Yeah.
you'll call it, and it just doesn't want
It
to. Like a
doesn't
real
want
animal.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could see that could be frustrating, but it's really neat. You're with this thing that's about 4 times your size, and you are having to traverse kind of puzzles with his help,
Yeah.
or her help, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's also like, I don't know, there's certain spots where you have to be in like an exact spot to make something happen though, which that was the most frustrating part.
Like
And then,
what do you mean? Give an example.
like you have to jump down to a certain area with the dog or bird, whatever you want it is.
It's okay. We'll call him.
We'll call him a dog.
We'll call him Wilson. Or
Wilson,
something.
yeah. So we jump down and you have to hit a certain spot to go down into the water, but if you don't, then it doesn't work. I don't know. It's weird.
So
to
it's
explain.
finicky,
Yeah,
kinda?
it's sort of finicky.
Yeah.
The graphics
That's
aren't.
kind of what I felt about Shadow of Colossus. is
Yeah,
that
it's
I felt
just-
it was a little finicky. But
With
Yeah.
that said, though, it's still
But-
cool and it looks good. For as long as they took to develop, I mean, you could definitely tell it's PS3-ish type of deal. But I mean, it still looks good. I mean, it would push the limits to on a PS3 for sure.
Yeah,
but
I'll get it when it goes on sale.
Yeah, I
Even me,
would.
didn't-
I mean, I would. Yeah.
I was waiting. I'm gonna wait to get it because I knew it was
Yeah.
gonna kind of be this game. I'm sure
Yeah.
I'll enjoy it. But it's not a game you play when you're tired.
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
most of the time we're old and tired
Yeah.
guys. We're gonna fall asleep.
I'm going to play Shadow of Colossus one of these days, though. I've got the digital copy on my PS3. It's been on there for like 5 years.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm going to sit down and actually play all the way through it.
What else did I play?
Because
Oh,
all those people can't be wrong, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
it can't be wrong.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really good game. It's not for you. It's not for you. But I think it's I don't know. It's worth playing through it. Like push yourself through it, and you might find. And every boss is different. That's
Yeah.
kind of neat.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I played
anything else?
DuckTales Remastered also.
Oh, cool. How'd you like that?
I love that. I mean, it's fun. I mean, you have to watch the stupid cutscenes. You can't skip through them, so you got to watch Scrooge talk, which is, I mean, cool in a way because then you have to actually sit there and watch, and you can't skip through it. But I mean, the mechanics are there. I like it a lot.
and
Some people complain about it though, but
I
don't
heard
know.
they had the original voice actor,
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Yeah, he's on there.
and he's like 100 years old.
My daughter loves it, so I pull the dirty move on her though all the time. So here's another pro tip: is so give your kid a controller, take out the batteries, and then say, "Oh, do you want to play?" So then she just sits right next to me, and she is just happier than could be, and she just plays and plays. But then she's like, "You want to switch?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." Because I mean, I'm played far enough in the stage. I'm like, I don't care. It's just checkpoint. It's all good. Boom, here you go. And she just loves it. And she'll even play by herself now. So she only moves back and forth, but it's still just cool to see her like ask for it now.
But
so.
you're doing it, so it's essentially like one of those like driving aids where they've got 2 steering wheels.
Yeah.
Where like only one person's really driving, but the other one kind of takes
Yeah.
over. That's kind of interesting.
I also did it on Dusty Diamond, so that's how I got a lot of games. And I just figured this out is like, so I'll give her, I'll be the first player, so I'll set up the game. Then I'll set it to one player, then I'll give her the second player controller, and she thinks she's playing against me, and she is just loving it, sitting next to me, and it's great.
Cool.
Yeah,
and
so,
she's content.
And she's
why we
content.
say-
Yeah, yeah.
You're making it all sappy. Oh, she's playing next to me. We're
Yeah.
bonding. You're like, no, this kid is not like screaming right now, and I'm getting to play a game through manipulation. I love it.
But I love how she asks. She's like, "Do you want to switch?" And it's like she knows or something, but she'll switch, and then she'll do a little
that's
something.
cool.
She'll switch right back, and man,
She's
it's
getting
great.
tall, man. I saw all your kids. Like your boy has like a full head of hair. Like
Yeah.
overnight. What the heck happened?
No, it's just growing.
It's
All
like
of
you
them
gave him
are.
some
They're all like off the charts growing. So he's every time we see the doctor now, that like she's always like, I'm curious on how big he's gonna be. So she's thinking he's gonna be like 6'5", 6'6", and
Whoa.
like big, like 250.
He's going to be a big dude.
Yeah, he walks around just like with his chest out, like, "What's up?"
Yeah, he
like,
kind of is like Haas.
Yeah, he's like a hoss, man. He's like, so it's curious. Even Lexi's big. Lucille's our little rent of the bunch, but she's even still like 95th percentile. She's not completely off the charts like the other ones. So
Jeez, you're just making like a huge Russian wrestling
Yeah.
team full.
it's time to wrestle, boys and girls.
It's
Let's
going
go.
to be what is that Scottish game? The log toss.
Yeah, log toss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll go over to Shane's house. And watch
Yeah, while
log
the other
toss.
people, boys and girls, are playing like volleyball, your kids are like chopping down trees.
Doing some lumberjacking.
Yeah, chewing on.
Got some chewing tobacco and just chopping down trees and stuff. That's how we're getting down.
Oh man,
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've played. Yeah, just those two. A little bit of VR. I played just a few games of. I played Rush of Blood, the first stage, and then I was going to get in the second. And then my youngest isn't sleeping well at night, so I cut it off and went upstairs real quick. So, but that's pretty much all of I've been playing. Oh no, I did dust off the old Xbox, the Xbox One. I played a little FIFA soccer. So
Whoa.
the newest FIFA. So.
Oh, so you actually do mean the Xbox One?
Yeah, the Xbox
Okay,
One.
I'm sorry. When you said old Xbox, I was thinking
No, not the
VCR.
original. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, not the original. Not the OG. No.
Do you when you play the original Xbox, like the old Xbox, do you use the Duke or do you use the redesigned
Absolutely
controller?
not. If I find a Duke, I would sell it, trade it, get rid of it as soon as possible. That's the reason why I hated the Xbox. That and I hated NFL Fever. I think it was NFL. Was it NFL Fever, a launch game?
yeah.
Yeah, I hated that game.
Yeah,
I thought it was
and for
crummy.
anybody that doesn't know, the Duke was the original controller that came out with the first Xbox.
You had to have been Andre the Giant to play with that
it was
thing.
enormous. I mean, I remember the first time I ever played with it, and it was sort of like holding a bear claw donut.
Yeah, it's not like I have carny hands or anything. I mean, it's like I don't know how anybody would find
Yeah,
that
but
comfortable.
they quickly redesigned it because so many people complained about it. But
Yeah.
I thought since you're kind of a bigger guy, maybe you
No.
liked using the Duke. I've heard
No.
some people like using it.
I don't see how.
Sure.
There's
Well,
no way.
I just don't. The thing I don't like about it is the black and white buttons. So the original Xbox controller, for those that don't know what we're talking about. You have the normal, like, the left side is the directional pad, and the right side there's 4 buttons, but there's also a black button and a white button, and it's just a black and white
Well, and
button.
on the original controller, they were small and like close together.
Well, and they were above.
They're
Yeah,
above.
yeah.
Yeah,
They were above and to the
above.
right,
they were
and I
above
feel
to
like
the right.
that's where you
Yeah.
don't know where it is. But to make it below, which is on the S controller,
Yeah, the S.
and the S was actually not really a redesign; it was the Asian version of the controller because everything's a little smaller there, right? The GameCube came out, They don't like can you imagine the Duke controller
Oh,
come
God.
out? So they did it in different regions. You're going to have different accessories. The American one got this big freaking hamburger looking
Yeah.
controller, and then the Asian one got this very nice, nuanced, correct looking controller. So what they just did was gave us that one.
Yeah, I like the S because it had I like the black and white button on Halo because then you could switch your grenades with those, so it was easy to do.
Nice.
I liked
yeah.
it.
Oh,
yeah.
and you played a little Halo in the tournament in Portland.
Absolutely.
At the Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
My
which
kill
we
death
talked
was
about
my
in
kill
the last
death was
episode.
amazing on it the first round, and then the second round we got trumped.
Well, you guys were in a bad team.
Yeah,
So
I had
you played on with like 6 people, and 2 of them looked like they'd never touched a controller in their lives.
Yeah, one of them asked how to gun butt, and I was like, oh man,
How to what?
gun butt? She's like, how do you gun butt somebody? I'm like, I looked over at the other guy, and he said, what the Blink, did she just say? And I'm like, I don't even know, man.
I feel bad. I don't know what gun butt means.
You don't know what gun butt means?
Well, I mean, hit him with the gun.
Yeah, hit him with the gun. Yeah,
butt of
hit
your
him with the B,
But
yeah.
I've never put that together because, like, if someone said, like, "Hey, let's go gun butting" or something like that, so I've never heard that. I mean, like, how do you melee?
Yeah, melee.
Or
Yeah, I
punch
guess
the
you're gonna
person.
call it melee or gun. I call it gun.
I
butt,
thought you
but-
said originally, "What's the gun button?" So I was like, "Yeah, this girl doesn't know how to
gun
shoot."
button.
Dude.
No,
Yeah.
gun
So
butt.
instead of shooting, you're getting the
I'm
gun
probably
button.
saying her. I don't know.
This is how you know those people are cyborgs. You ever see like these sci-fi movies, and then you walk out into existence, and you kind of think like, what if half of us are robots? It's the person saying, "What's the gun button?" What's the gun button, sir? Oh man. Oh man.
That's all I got. I've been playing. So,
Yeah, I don't know. After the PSVR, I haven't. Oh, I will say. I started playing. I haven't told you guys this yet. I started playing Super Mario World for the SNES, but I'm playing it with a neighbor friend of mine. So I think you said this before. We have neighbors down the street, which husband and wife who. Friends of ours who used to go to college with her. They just recently had a boy. We're having a boy too. Live right down the hall. We hang out with them a lot. We watch like episodes together as they come out, like Westworld.
Oh yeah, nice.
He has a few video games in his basement. He kind of made this little. It's kind of cool. This little what am I saying? Man cave.
Got men's.
Yeah, I got men's. He's got this men's thing.
Gun butt.
Well, anyway, it was so we've been playing Super Mario World for the SNES, but playing it like properly and getting all the secrets and
Yeah.
stuff. And we slowly play for like 30 minutes while the wives are upstairs. So it was just kind of funny and surreal. Like we were about to go over there to watch an episode or something. And let's say we were supposed to go there at 7:00.
Yeah.
He texts me at like 6 and is like, "Hey, do you want to come over early so we can play more video games?" And I almost had to text back, like, because my brain went into default mode. Hold on, let me ask my mom. Because like I feel like, oh, this is awesome. We're like 30s, and like he's asked to like, "Can you come over earlier to play this game?" So it's kind of cool, and it's totally organic. And
Mom, meatloaf.
yeah, I want some chocolate milk. If you guys have never seen that, put in like chocolate milk video game, and there's this like video of this kid like yelling at his mom to get him chocolate milk while playing, and someone recorded it over back when everybody used to like actually talk during video games online. No one does that anymore.
No.
But anyway, we've been playing that and playing Super Mario World. But he also, so he has the, what is this, Adam? The Super, what's the cart that has like all the lost levels?
Oh yeah, there's a combined Mario All Stars.
Mario All Stars.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you. Okay.
and
So he
There's
has,
another one too. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
it's Mario All Stars and then Super Mario All Stars. There is some.
and Super
Or
Mario
Super Mario
World,
Yeah,
World,
Super Mario
All
All-Stars,
Stars. Yeah,
yeah.
it's a combined cart.
which I kind of want
Yeah.
that one because
Yeah.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to find.
It is. I
Yeah.
don't have either, which I just randomly realized, which is kind of crazy.
I think I have All Stars. Hopefully.
Well, he's had it since he was a kid, and he has a couple games, NES, I think, and Super Nintendo or something like that. But he has that cart, and we ended up playing Lost Levels. And those of you who don't know, Lost Levels is basically Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan. We had Super Mario Brothers, and then we had Super Mario Brothers 2 here, which was Doki Doki Panic. Which was deemed by the Japanese that it'd be too hard for the American audiences, and they're kind of pretty much right. I've played it before.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
It's really hard. So he got to a point. He's like, "Hey, let's play this," and boy, it is hard. We were playing it back and forth, getting really frustrated. We ended up. Dang it! I wanted to remember the level so I could tell our listeners to see if you could beat this level. I want to say it's like 6-3 or 8-2, and we spent a good 30 minutes. And we would actually trade off the controller because that level was so hard. I went into it dry, right? We didn't even work our way up. This is what he got up to, and he's like, "Here, hand it to me. I'm a video game guy. Let's see if I could beat it."
Yeah.
And I was doing okay, but I forgot in Super Mario Brothers 2, Mario and Luigi play differently.
Yeah.
He doesn't jump as high. One slides a little bit, and I didn't kind of realize that until we were playing it. And so he can't jump on the trampolines.
Yeah.
You know the Mario trampolines?
Yeah, I hate
how
those
it's like
things, yeah.
small bounce and big bounce?
Yep.
So I'm somehow, I don't really know why, pretty good at it. And of course, when it comes down to the time to do it. So it was
It
like...
comes from all those years in the circus.
Well, it's just it's just funny. It's like you're going through this like trap of like, oh, you walk across the hot coals.
Yeah.
you're jumping across you're getting missed by shot arrows. This isn't what happens in the game, but that's what it feels like. And all of a sudden you get to the trampoline and he's like killing it through the whole level. He jumps on the trampoline and then it falls right in the pit.
just like right
and then
there.
You just want to throw your controller. So then I got better at that part. So we hand off the controller. We still never beat the level. We're going to have to try that. But anyway, that was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of fun experience in our old age to still go. I go over with the neighbor kid and play Super Mario Brothers in the basement. It's pretty great. I like it. It's a good time. I want to beat that level. But anyway.
One day you will, my son.
What about you, Adam?
So I've been playing a few different things. So the main two games I've been playing lately, I've already talked about one of them, which was Until Dawn. But I've had a PS3 game setting on my shelf for a while that I've been meaning to get to, and that's Beyond Two Souls, which is made by Quantic Dream, I think is the name of the
I haven't
developer.
Played that one either.
And they're the same ones that did Heavy Rain, if you've ever played it. And Heavy Rain's
supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good, actually. And I it was a really early PS3 game, too, but at any rate...
It's pretty early, yeah.
But it was really good, and I kind of had good memories of it. And this game's been... I've read some about it. It's very polarizing. You know, some people really love it, and some people don't. I kind of get some of the criticism of the game, but I haven't quite beat it yet. But I'm sure very near the end of it. So I played a good amount of that, and it's a real interesting game where I'm blanking on the name. Ellen Page is in it. She's the actress that's in it, and then William Dafoe is also in it.
Do you remember the controversy about Ellen Page in that?
In that game or in The Last of Us?
In that game.
I guess I don't know.
So I remember this as a story. Ellen Page was in that video game. She obviously, did all her scenes fully clothed, but there's a scene where she's taking her shower. Does this ring a bell?
Well, there is a scene where she is in a shower, but it does not show anything.
It doesn't show anything.
It just shows her head.
But
essentially,
someone was able to get in the code to then look at different angles of that same scene.
Oh, really?
So what happened was, and this kind of went to court or something. What happened was they, nudity, whatever. But she didn't sign on to be nudity in a video game, even though it's a representation, and someone just basically, took her form, but they put in all the parts, right? Mm-hmm. So the chest had the nipples on it, and, other parts had other parts.
Oh, really?
And so they found out about it, and even though that wasn't the way the game should be played, it's one of those like, well, why were those made if it wasn't? So it kind of becomes this weird, it's kind of a legal thing of like, someone has the right to make a digital version of you, but not then make you do whatever you want, and then have this out there.
That's a weird line.
I think there was a settlement about it, but basically, the scene.
I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, the scene wasn't supposed to show anything, and it didn't. But then either in the PC version, somebody hacked it, so you look at the scene and can look at the model.
Oh wow!
And she's completely naked, filled out with stuff, and it's really weird. It's like invasion of privacy type thing. I don't know. It's kind of odd thing. I forget whatever came of it, but anyway, that I haven't thought about that for a while. But that was a weird controversy. Maybe why she doesn't want to be in video games anymore.
I hadn't heard anything about it. But yeah, William Dafoe's in it. I mean, it's a really well acted game, and the concept of the game is really interesting. And this isn't a spoiler because I tell you this in basically the first scene of the game. But the plot is that she's kind of an interesting person who's born with sort of a spirit attached to her.
Well, you have a spirit attached to you, Adam.
Well, sort of, but like I can't control or see through the eyes of mine.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
You're telling me about the game now. I get it. All right.
Yeah. So at any rate, she has this sort of. It's not really a demon. It's not really a ghost. It's not really a guardian angel. I don't know what it is.
Like
Slimer?
Drop Dead Fred. It's just like an
Sort
imaginary
of.
friend.
Well, you get the sense that like this ghosty other realmly kind of thing that's attached to her, it's attached and she's attached, and they don't really, neither one of them really wants to be attached to the other. They're just kind of made that way.
Sounds like a weird version of Twins.
Sort of, yeah.
That's such. I want to watch that.
So at any rate, you kind of alternate between using her and then also using this other entity to kind of go and investigate things and do stuff.
Find out who your real mom is. Oh wait, no, that's Twins. Dang it! I'm thinking,
I really want to watch Twins
but
now.
It makes for some interesting storytelling. That the game mechanics of it aren't perfect, and the storytelling. it's not a linear story, meaning that you'll be an adult and then you're a kid, then you're an adult, then you're a kid, and then you're different phases of adulthood. Oh, now you're a teenager, and so it's not told in a linear fashion. It just, the story jumps around a lot, and I think that's probably the biggest criticism people have for the game, and it is a little disjarring. It's sort of
hard to keep up with.
Well, sort of. It's kind of like they sat around and they thought of little vignettes of like, oh, it'd be cool to have the ghost and the character in this sort
and it
of
came
setting.
out a few years ago, right? We
Yeah,
should say that.
yeah.
This game came out, so you can buy this game for like cheap.
Oh
nothing.
yeah, it's like super cheap. I think you can get it for like $5 or $10
For the
now.
PS3 or the 360.
But it's. I mean, and I got mine cheap. I bought it at like a pawn shop or something for almost nothing. So at any rate, I'm happy that I'm playing it. And if you do look at the individual episodes, kind of as their own thing, so far it's pretty good. It does tell an overall narrative. But like I said, it's a little. I could see how it could be kind of jarring to some people. But it gives me trophies. Gives me a lot of trophies, and so I'm.
Them dang old trophies.
I'm very forgiving of games that give me a lot of trophies for minimal effort.
Nice. How many trophies are you up to?
I don't know. Not enough. Well, I've kind of alternated between on and off of PlayStation. I'm somewhere maybe around 1,200 or 1,000 or
That's
something
not bad.
trophies, but I don't play. I really love trophies, but I don't play games for trophies, and I rarely look at like what I have to do to get trophies, if that makes sense. But they make me feel really happy
Yeah.
when I get them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a sticker. Okay, so those who don't know, you should know, but if you don't know, achievements and trophies are little things that came up with probably 6-7 years ago, where if you beat a certain part of a stage or do a certain something or find a little this or find a little that, maybe die 100 times, they give you an achievement that kind of pops up in the corner. It's kind of like your medal, and then it's your merit badge. It's essentially like a virtual merit badge.
Yeah.
It's beyond that. It's like
beyond two souls.
It's beyond two souls. But it's like it's the same thing that gets people addicted to slot machines or whatever.
You're
I
right.
think
Yeah.
it's like it goes.
It's a pretty
ka-ching!
life.
It's
Yeah.
like this little oh, you did this
Lips
good thing.
up,
You're
yeah.
such a good boy. Like. I don't know what it is about trophies, but like literally, I will play games sometimes that I don't want to play just because they give me trophies,
Yeah.
and it's stupid, and it's ruined games for me. And I'll tell you the thing that irritates me the most about trophies is that Nintendo doesn't have them, and so there's like a lot of Nintendo games that I really like playing and I really want to play, but I get depressed that they don't give me little pats on the back the entire time that I'm playing them.
I'm the same. Like, honestly, that's a big Wii U thing. Like, I really do like the trophies too.
I
I've
really
got
miss the
about
trophies when I play Wii U.
2,700 or more. I can't remember
Yeah.
what level I'm.
Yeah,
at.
you have a lot of them.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of platinums. You guys got some platinums?
I've got a few, but
No, not bad.
I don't have many.
I've got like maybe 7.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about it. Platinum is where you get all the trophies. It's usually really hard, but I'm lame because I found easy games to get platinums on.
Yeah.
well, that's kind of the way I am. The ones I have are not the hard ones.
Oh man, if anyone out there wants to get an easy platinum for PlayStation, and it's actually not bad, is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs for the PlayStation 3. You can get that platinum in one playthrough. It's really fun, and that game will make you hungry because if you watch the movie's just like huge like food things
food
falling
things,
everywhere. Coming from the sky. Well, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, self-explanatory, I guess, but that game's pretty fun. But yeah.
Yeah, the platinum trophies. Some of them. I mean, if you do look through the trophy list for some games, it's like, oh my god, how on earth could anybody? Ever get
fighting
that
games or something?
Yeah, get that platinum
way.
trophy. It's like, but some people are really big on really trying to complete the whole set.
And they have percentage of how hard. That's what's.
Oh yeah,
neat
it shows
now.
you how many people who have played the game, the percentage, and then that have gotten that trophy. Some would be like 0.01% or whatever.
Yeah,
people who
rare,
have played the
ultra
game.
rare. That's pretty cool.
And really, my biggest irritation with like Naughty Dog games, like I love the Uncharted series and The Last of Us and all that kind of things, but those games are so stingy on the darn trophies.
I agree.
It's like, Naughty Dog, you made such a great game, just make me feel better about playing it by giving me a bunch of easy trophies.
You know why?
Like,
Give me
why
a
would you
trophy
not do
for
that?
walking. Come on. What's
I know.
going on?
They act. Naughty Dog acts like those trophies cost them money.
I think it's this. I actually think it's deliberate because you kind of have to make trophies, right?
Yeah.
And I think they do it on purpose because it is a little distracting. And a game like
that's
Uncharted,
true.
Break it
and-
up a little bit.
Yeah. because you're playing this game, all of a sudden, ding! It's like getting your phone vibrates in the middle of watching a really dramatic movie or something that pulls you out of it. And they do have trophies, but they're all about the things that you do when you're trying to complete things and getting the extra stuff outside of the story.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree, and I thought of that too. Like even like Grand Theft Auto sometimes does the same thing. But I remember I played through The Last of Us played through the entire game, and I got maybe 1 or 2 trophies, and
Yeah.
there's like 40, and I was like, how did that happen? Because I was like taking my time, and I did not get many trophies. Yeah.
So I played that. There's a shooter that's digital only, Darius Chronicles DS, which is not a DS game. It's on PlayStation 4, and it's a Taito shooter arcade game. It's like super Japanese. Have you ever played any of the Darius games?
Yeah, I got
So-
Darius Twin. Is this
Yeah,
count? Darius
so
Twins
it-
on SNES?
Yeah, so
Does that count?
they're
Okay.
they're shoot 'em ups that are basically giant mechanical fish.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got your little spaceship. You're killing mechanical fish. It's based on actual events.
What do those mechanical fish do to you, Adam?
They shot rockets and lasers at me, and they all deserve to die.
Every last one of
So I've
them.
been playing that a little bit intermittently, and then there's a game that I picked up a couple of times and started on and then quit, but I've picked it back up again, and that's Dragon's Crown on the Vita.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been
heard
playing
good things
that.
about
I
it.
have it on PS3 as well, but it's a really good game. And for those that don't know, it's a
It's like a beat 'em up, right?
sort of, yeah. It's kind of like a dungeon crawler beat 'em up, but it's sort of a side scroller and plays like a lot of beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of RPG elements to it. But
Nice.
for anybody that doesn't know, it's a Vanillaware game. And Vanillaware makes these really pretty, like anime Japanese, like watercolor style sort of
Yeah.
games. And so it's a really artistically nice
Nice looking,
game. Yeah,
yeah.
it's a very aesthetically cool game.
Cool. Yeah, I picked up a couple, like GameStop is having their buy 2 get 1 free, so I picked up a couple, I don't know, Tales to Exilla, things like that. I don't know. Now's the time if you're collecting to pick up games for the Wii or the 360 or the PS3 because
Yeah.
they're like so inexpensive.
Yeah,
There's-
this is when you should collect. I mean, it's the perfect time to collect for Wii
Yeah,
or
I-
Xbox 360 or PS3.
I gave up living on the edge what I mean by that is like buying the brand new, I'm going to pre-order the $60 games,
No.
Yeah.
like,
There's still some great ones out there, like Uncharted 4. I love the heck out of that.
oh yeah, I mean, it's
Far
not
Cry
that,
4,
yeah,
but
it's not that I
yeah.
don't buy $60 games. I still do every now and then.
Just wait
but-
till they get cheaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but God, man, it's so nice. Like, and I guess maybe age and reason has taught me a thing or two. But like, yeah, but I'm like you. I buy more PS3 games than PS4 games just because. I'm just now buying like the very first PS4 games that came out that I really wanted to play.
Oh, like what, Infamous? Did you play that one?
Yeah, Infamous Second Son. I actually played it and beat it just a couple of months ago, and I got it for $10.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah.
great game.
And it's a great game.
It
Yeah.
is a great game. It was a launch title, I believe. It was a launch
Yeah, it
title
was.
back when they had 5 or 6 games or whatever. And that game, I need to play it on the it's the first time you saw a next gen game that actually like looked next gen, like the particle effects.
Yeah,
and
it's
everything
really
like
good.
that. I heard on the Pro it looks amazing.
Really, I played through it as the good guy, doing everything
too.
good
I
and
did
being
good.
a hero, and now I want to play back through it being the. And I actually did start. I probably played 25% back through it as the
bad
villain,
guy.
making making all the bad decisions just to see how the narrative changes and that sort of thing.
I didn't know if I tell you that platinum, not that hard.
No, it's not, and that's actually one of the reasons I started playing back through it the other way.
Yep, me
is
too, and I
because
didn't get it
Is
yet.
because I know that I'll get the platinum at the end.
Did you do the one, the trophy that where you have to jump from really high and stomp
Yeah.
down? Wasn't that like a cool...
Yeah.
So at the end of the game, spoiler alert, this is an old game, sorry. At the very end of the game, there's this big spire in the middle, and you there's one move you can do where you basically like ground punch, like superhero style, like you jump down and like punch the ground. Well, if you start that move from like really high up, you get a trophy. But the only way to do it is to beat the game and jump from like the highest spire in the middle. And it literally takes like 30 seconds to hit the ground. But it's so cool because the game renders it all and you like go from basically Superman style and punch the ground and then boom, it's like trophy.
Then your little trophy pops up.
Yeah, no, but I 100% of the game on that playthrough. I mean, I beat every single barricade, every single bad guy.
Yeah.
I cleared out every single district. I did the whole thing because
It's been years since I played.
yeah,
It's
because
so
you
good.
get a bunch of silver trophies when you do that. So and I think maybe a gold one or two. But yeah, I have almost all the trophies in that game.
I was gonna ask you, what did you think of the protagonist?
You mean Dude Bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, he's not as dude bro as what I thought he was going to be.
Okay. He gets less so at the beginning of
Yeah,
the
he's
game.
not as annoying as what I thought. I almost
Yeah.
didn't play the game because I was like, oh, this.
He's kind of like one of those guys that's like emo and only learns guitar just for the girl aspect of the guitar, so only knows enough to strum. But it's like, no, actually,
No, he's more like the guy that doesn't even learn a guitar. He just carries one around.
Oh,
so that he
wow,
tells stories about how he played it for
that's
whatever.
a deep cut. I think he learned a little, but not enough to finish the song. That's the best. Like he starts to strum it. Like, why don't you finish that song?
Yeah, but he's definitely a little bit of a dude, bro.
Yeah.
He's a little bit too cool for his own good.
Yeah, but it's cool. Cool graphics, kind of cool story. Kind of plays out like I don't know, like one of those like late night dramas or something that comes on. It's got some superhero-y stuff to it. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, I guess that's everything that we played. Anybody got anything else?
No, that's
No,
everything
not
here.
really. I played a little Rocket League. I love that game, but
Yeah, but you always play Rocket League.
I've been playing that thing like forever.
You never give that up.
You're good at Rocket League, though.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some part of my brain that won't work on that game.
I just got to play it a little more. Rocket League's great. But
Yeah,
anyway.
Rocket League's awesome.
Yeah, downloading that stuff, getting the but I love it.
Do you have the physical copy?
Not yet. I'm waiting until it gets cheaper. But I bought everything digitally, so it came free on PlayStation Plus, and then I bought a bunch of stuff. I even bought. Okay, so they're now doing. I don't know if you guys have played recently. They got a new arena. Sorry, Rocket League is basically like rocket powered cars that play soccer, and
Yeah,
it's really addictive.
Yeah.
And
On both Xbox One and
I just want to
PS4.
be. I wish I was in. I was there when that concept was thought of. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it'd be so cool if we had like remote control cars and they play soccer, and it'll be awesome. And then
Yeah.
I go to the pitch meeting.
well, it reminds me of Tecmo Super Bowl because it's just so simple and it's so good, but you have to kind of know what you're doing to win. And if you play someone who doesn't know what they're doing, you will beat them. But then they will learn, and playing online is a ton of fun. A game can go sideways really quickly. It's like indoor soccer basically with cars. It's a ton of fun, a lot of nuance. Some people play amazingly.
Yeah, it's amazing how good.
I
some
just
people
found out
are
they
at
ripped off that concept though. There's a mode on I think it's Sight Bike 64.
Yeah,
They have
I
it with
played that.
motorcycles, and you can do that.
I played that. That's been around though, and other
Yeah.
things. And have you played the Excite
No,
Bike
I
one?
haven't,
Okay, so
no.
I've played it, and the arena is like way too big.
It's big, yeah.
It's funny.
For those little dirt bikes.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend in high school, and I remember I went to. This is funny. So the only time I've ever played this in my life is we were gonna go to prom. She lived like far away, a couple hours away, like in Wichita.
Shauna.
And then she got sick with food poisoning, so there I am. And then her younger brother had the game, and so we played, the soccer mode. But no, it's nothing like Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
not
It just
very
sort of
good.
seemed like it. I seen a video the other day on YouTube, and I was like, dang, they sort of ripped off that concept a little bit.
No, it's But anyway, they came out with now loot chests. I don't know if you've seen this. So
I like loot.
Well, the game gives you like little props to put on your car that
Oh,
don't
yeah,
do
yeah.
anything
Yeah.
but like look really fun. It's fun to
Yeah, they're
collect these
cool,
things,
yeah.
and I got a lot. And you can trade them in, but now you can two things. You can trade them with other players now finally.
Yeah.
But the way you trade is really kind of difficult.
Weird.
It's kind of like I don't know if you're trading video games or something. You
Yeah.
put them all on a table and go back and forth, but you don't really have a good interaction. So someone wants your stuff, but they obviously don't have as good a thing. So they want
So
your
you're
whole
stuck.
things for one cool thing. And so like you don't have time to negotiate. I haven't traded with anybody because everybody wants my cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No,
no,
no.
I just want to give you my crap stuff for your cool stuff. So you end up not getting anywhere. But they have loot crate boxes. So randomly they'll drop a treasure chest, and inside that can be a really cool item or
Nice.
not, and it's random.
That's cool.
You
That's
can
really cool.
trade those. Anyway,
I haven't played for a while, so I got to check that out.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. But anyway, we played something else. We played a little app that Adam got.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll move on to news, I guess, with this a little bit too. But Mario Run came out today. And so I intermittently was checking on the App Store, and I was a little bit frustrated because I woke up a little bit early before work because I'm a winner, and I wanted to play it. I wanted to play it first. I wanted to be the first person to play.
You had to play
Run.
Mario in your boxers. You just
I
had
did.
to.
So I woke up. I actually woke up a little bit early, and then I got on the App Store, and it was like, we'll let you know when it comes out. And I'm like, it's the day that it comes out, dude. Where's
Wow,
my
so
my Mario?
Nintendo didn't supply something that it wanted to supply.
Yeah, it seems
that's
to be,
weird.
Seems to be a recurring thing. But
Yeah.
Soon.
so I sat around and finally early afternoon it released. Then I downloaded it and then I had to wait to get off of work to be able to play it. And I still haven't played that much of it, but it's basically what I thought it was going to be. It's it's a little runner. You run around getting coins and avoiding things that want to hurt you. But it's kind of nice because my 3-year-old, actually before you guys got here, we sat down on the couch and I was showing him, because you just tap the screen to make him jump, right? And he
Sure.
already kind
Yeah.
of gets it. Like he's already sort of playing it.
That's what I did. I didn't download it. I just got the demo because I'm cheap. But I let Lexi do it, and she was having fun tapping it for a little bit.
So
she
it's-
got tired of it really quick, though.
It's
She
an
was like,
endless runner. All you do is keep him going, moving to the right.
yeah, he just
So-
moves to the right automatically.
So you're
yeah.
taking, what's great about Mario games is the control. So you take that away.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be. I'm going
You're
to
gonna be
the other side
you're
of
gonna be
it.
the bummer on this one.
No,
this
I'm going to
one?
be the
Okay.
other side of it. Okay, so I have an Android. I can't even play it. That's a bummer.
Yeah, that is whack.
You have to be online to play it. That's a bummer.
That's very whack.
$10 is not a lot of money, but for a mobile game, that's kind of premium. I've never paid 10 for an app. $5 is premium, 99 cents. $10 is a lot. I will say this: I did get to play Yours, Adam, and it is very polished. It's good.
Yeah, it plays good. I think it's worth $10.
I think it's a $10
I did-
game,
the,
but
the, the funny thing is, like right before the we started recording this, I was on a little group on Facebook, kind of arguing with people about it because they were like, "Oh, you have to pay $10. It only gives you 3 levels, and you have to pay $10 to play the rest of them." I'm like, well, what do you
Yeah.
want it for free?
I mean,
It's they're like, well, Pokemon Go was free. It's like, well, not if you want to catch any Pokemon. You got to buy like stupid crap,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the game to get them.
So they
at
probably were
$1
going to
piece or
do like,
whatever, so.
are they going to piecemeal a couple levels? Or are they going to give it to you? It's mobile. It's going to have some things that are not. What this is for people who like, oh yeah, I played Mario who didn't even get into the NES.
Yeah.
I think at least Nintendo is getting the NES Classic and this.
It's a little
getting to
weird. I was
people.
actually pretty excited about it, but I think if this would have happened a few years ago, I would have been like, "No, Nintendo, don't do the mobile thing."
it makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does. I think it makes sense.
It
at this
makes
point.
perfect sense. It's just,
What about always having to be online to play it?
see,
I found
that's
out.
what
That's-
I'm still a little like about that. It's
So
like
you can't play it on a plane.
plane. I mean, this would be perfect. I mean, I'd love just to pop up on my phone and be able to play it on the plane. I mean, that'd be perfect. I could play it for 30 minutes, then go to bed on the plane. But I mean, if you can't have internet connect, I mean, you got to have internet connections. Like, boy, I don't.
Yeah.
They better fix that. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
how are they gonna?
most
How do
planes
you?
have internet on them now, though.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah. Well, I heard the reason why they did that is for piracy reasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Miyamoto
Jeez
said
Louise, man.
that. Yeah.
So worried about getting stuff
I
taken
guess
from 'em.
Nintendo's always been really worried about piracy, though, but it's worked out for them, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. Like
you know,
if we've said Nintendo now 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually they're gonna take down this.
they could do like
podcast.
Sega. They could do like Sega with the Dreamcast.
like-
They're like piracy. What? We don't.
They're like Beetlejuice. It's like Nintendo. They're just gonna pop up out of nowhere and take everything from us, man.
Yeah,
It's like,
a
jeez.
5-year-old could pirate the Dreamcast. It's
Yeah.
which is crazy because the Saturn actually is, from what I
hard,
understand,
yeah.
hard to pirate for.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dreamcast you can, if you've got a CDR on your computer, you're good to go. You own every
Yeah.
game.
I gotta
Yeah.
get that Dynamite Cup that way. I
That
guess.
ruined a lot of good Dreamcasts, though. A lot of people didn't realize doing the CDR made the laser work a lot harder.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so it burns out a lot of.
Yeah, I never have played a CDR in mine, but I know from having friends in the past they would buy a Dreamcast and never buy a game for it. You go to their house and they'd be like, "Hey, what do you want to play?" And they pull out like the 100 sleeve.
Well, don't worry, Adam. You don't have a friend that has 8 of them. Whoa. Yeah, not like a crazy guy like me.
But so there was Mario Run, and then also in kind of big news, the PlayStation had their PlayStation Experience PXE.
Yeah, that came out a little bit after, so
Yeah.
it's it
About
came
a-
out a little while ago, but
about a week and a half ago.
but it was in
something like
between
that.
our podcasts. Yeah, so the PlayStation Experience, what is it really?
So it's sort of like a big nerd rally for PlayStation owners where.
Sounds good to me. I was
So,
the one
yeah.
telling you, like, hey, it's starting.
Yeah,
up.
Benjamin seems to be the sex like PSX is on or whatever. So I went and like booted up the TV and got on there and watched what was left of it. And then I went back and watched the beginning, but kind of a cool show actually.
Yeah.
Was there any sightings of Crash Bandicoot on there?
There were.
Oh, was there really?
There was
Yeah.
oh yeah, no.
Look at that. You were trying to troll.
Yeah, I was
and
trying
the
to troll
came
you.
back and bit you on the ankle.
Yeah, no man, there were bandicoots aplenty.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah. They
Awesome.
announced a HD trilogy of the original 3.
Heck yeah, man.
And
That's
I
awesome.
think, I don't know if you can flip back through them a la Halo, like go back to the old way and the new way.
That would be cool.
I'm not sure, but the new, that's
They look
pretty
really
neat.
cool. I mean, it looks like they rebuilt them, from the ground up, except they play and look
Did you guys
just
play-
like you would
play
expect
those
them
back
to.
in the day?
Oh, Crash, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
Love
played
Crash.
them. So being the Nintendo fanboy that I am, I did not play Crash for many years after that because of the snarky,
Commercials.
the snarky.
Hey, plumber boy.
Hey, Blummer boy. Hey.
I used to get really mad when those commercials would come on way back in the day.
So those who don't know, there was a. And it's funny, these commercials. How old is that commercial? That commercial is 20 years old.
Yeah, that was 96.
Holy crap.
Or something. Yeah, 96,
So our
97.
listeners that are under 20 before their birth.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's like the commercial everybody talks about, the generation before us, about the Indian with the tear
Tear, yeah.
when someone throws some trash on the ground.
Yep.
I only know that because older people always talk about
Yeah.
it, and that's what we're going to be with this. But basically, it was like the Attitude Era. This guy
Yeah,
dressed
Crash
up
had
as-
way too much tude, man. I couldn't
yeah,
take
way
it.
too much dude.
Yeah.
And it was basically a mascot yelling, and this would have been in Seattle because it was Nintendo
Yeah.
headquarters. A mascot yelling at the Nintendo headquarters and like making fun of the plumber and showing all these like
Yeah.
cutesy things, like, "Hey, I've got attitude."
Okay,
Yada, yada.
attitude, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that came out in that in their whatever you want to call it, basically a press conference. What else came up? You kind of have a list in front of you, Adam. Like,
Oh, sure.
go down
So
and maybe like
there was the very first thing that they showed actually was this. They didn't tell you what it was. It was just this really neat looking adventure game and really polished looking and everything else. It turns out it's a new spin-off Uncharted game.
yeah, I'm excited.
So they of course they said they were done with Uncharted, but of course they aren't.
Oh,
so
yeah, right.
But it's not Nathan Drake. It's spin-off characters.
yeah, it's Chloe from the Uncharted series for anybody who knows who that is. But
Yeah.
But at any rate, so she's going to have her own game and be the lead protagonist, I suppose. In the
I
whole
think
thing.
that's fine. I mean, if they want to end the story of Nathan Drake and what
No,
it
I'll
is,
totally buy
It's
it
like
because
a
I
super-
love the Uncharted games.
super
so.
polished game.
He'll be
Yeah.
back. He'll be back.
You think he'll be back?
Yeah, he'll be
Well,
back.
it's a female lead protagonist. That doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that'd be nice.
Be their Tomb Raider. He'll be the Tomb Raider type.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Tomb Raider. She. Yeah, you're right. I need to play that for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, and they showed off some stuff. Horizon Zero Dawn, which is one of the PS4 exclusives, and it looks really cool. I have no idea what it's about.
That's coming out on my birthday.
or how it plays.
Is that the mech one? It looks like Transformers or something coming after you. No,
No,
Wrong?
it's got like a female lead, and it's sort of like there's Beast running around.
Yeah,
and
so, I
like-
mean-
I have no idea what it's about. It looks like an action adventure RPG-ish kind of thing.
Yeah, so it kind of like, it looks like the story of Brave or something like that. It looks amazing, but you're kind of right. Maybe in technology has gone away, so this is like a post-apocalyptic future.
Uh-huh.
Yet somehow all of our technology has kind of turned into wildlife and taken over the world.
okay.
you know,
yeah,
kind of
it's like creature robots.
Is this the one where they're shooting arrows at the things?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
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 This is the one I'm thinking
This
of. Then
this thing's looked really good.
Yeah,
it
looks
looks
really
the
cool.
graphics look awesome on that.
That
thing.
will
on the
be,
Pro. It's gonna be
that will be
legit.
one. Well, I say this, but it comes out about 5 days after the due date of my child.
Oh.
And I've thought about that. So this is the first time I've thought about video games like, oh, I'm not going to get to play anything. Because when I saw that due date and then, we found out we were pregnant, I was like, oh, man, well, it's going to be the first test of me not getting to play that. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I get to play with a kid.
Dude, man,
instead.
you just wait
I'm
around
excited.
for like 2 years. It'll be $15,
Yeah.
and then you'll get to play it. But one of the games that I was really excited about is they're having the Wipeout. They have a Wipeout HD
Ooh.
collection coming out.
Yeah.
And I don't even like racing games in general. But I love. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't like simulation games. I don't really like games with real cars. But like your F-Zeros, your Wipeouts,
F-Zero.
like if it's floating on
Great.
air and in the future, then it's it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I love all those games. I love all the old Wipeout
I like the
games. so I'm
fast.
really
Yeah,
gonna
if
like
they're
that
super
one.
fast like that, I like those.
Well,
too.
they've got kind of these cool techno pop tracks,
Yeah.
you know, and they just have a cool feel to them. I really like the
I love
Wipeout.
Did you
Wipeout.
play Wipeout for the PS3, Adam?
Yeah, I did at some point.
Okay.
It's been a long time. I played on the Vita, and PSP I think had a version too. that I
PSP
remember
did.
playing.
I don't know if you know this. They made a physical copy of it, imported. So that might be maybe your first import of a PS3 title. I have it. If you just want to borrow it, you can just borrow
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to remember if I played it.
I'm
I
trying to
did.
get people into importing for the PS3
Yeah.
because it's region free and there's all these random games all over the world you can get for nothing.
And then there was the new Capcom versus Marvel Infinite that they announced, which is
nice.
a fighting game. Looks really cool. And they also made the Capcom versus Marvel Ultimate. They put it on PSN, so you can download it and play it, and
Nice.
it's a good fighting game.
Yeah.
Look kind of
Those
neat.
look- yeah,
It's the last
those are
time you
always
could
good.
get that, you can only get it on physical disc for the PlayStation 3. And it was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
They made two of them, Fate of Two Worlds.
And they're also
Yeah.
doing HD re-releases of Parappa and Patapon. And
Holy
Loco
crap, they're doing
Roco.
Prappa?
Oh yeah,
Dude, you need to watch that.
I know, man. I guess I'm missing out.
This is good though. This is like a reaction to it. This is why we went crazy.
Oh
'cause
man,
this is-
Prappa the Rapper.
If there was ever
Yeah,
a game
what?
that needed a 4K remake,
punch, kick, it's
Punch
all in your
Kicks,
mind.
Yeah, it's,
I got the time.
yeah, no, it's so
Man,
Parappa's
step
coming
on
back.
the gas.
And
Step on the gas.
I'm so
Patapon,
excited
which
now.
I actually had Patapon. I still have never played it, and I need to get it out. But Loco Roco, I have spent some time playing it.
Roko's great.
I love Loco Roco, and it's such a dumb game, but it just makes me feel happy. Like when you play it,
Yeah,
like
Loco Roko's good. Yeah, I remember.
I play it with my kid, and like, because if for anybody that's never seen it before, it's kind of it's sort of really Japanese, but it has like all these little kids singing in the background, and it's really artsy and, it
And
looks
real
like a
cute,
color-
yeah.
yeah, and he just loves it. You can't play Loco Roco and not be happy. Like it's like anyone who's in the hospital, like depressed because they want to commit suicide, just make them all play Loco Roco.
Yeah.
they'll be
Loco
up
Roco,
and at
you're
it.
all fine,
Translated, Loco Roco means the happiness.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
no, seriously, you cannot be.
No, I just made that up.
Yeah,
I was just kidding.
but
it is heavy.
you cannot be sad while you're playing Loco Roco. It's completely impossible. The sequel that everybody wanted is coming out too, which is Knack Part 2,
Oh man,
which I didn't know exactly what to think about that, but
Hold on a second, Knack, what is that?
Knack was the
it was the launch game platformer for
PlayStation
PS4.
4. Do you remember PlayStation 4 had Knack, and it was it was basically kind of like a tech demo where the character was a bunch of different pieces put together, and then he gets bigger, and then he sprays apart. It's showing like how many particle effects or whatever.
Oh, wow, that sounds horrible.
It was a platformer. You never
Yeah,
heard of it?
I played
No,
some.
never.
Of it,
So
yeah.
it's a kid's game. I actually I played through the entire game.
Yeah.
And yes, I can appreciate a game like that. I didn't think it was very good. And I thought it was up my alley. I was excited to get it. It took a while for it to get cheap. I finally got it a couple years ago, which was a couple years after the PlayStation 4 came out.
Yeah.
And outside of the last level, which the last level is very good, it does a Katamari Damacy type thing where you get really big.
Yeah.
And then you can stomp things, and he's basically growing. But that game also, for a platformer, you expect, just guess how long that game is.
Oh, it's short. It's only like what 5-6 hours. Something.
No, that's just it.
Super long.
Should be a short game, and it's about a 15 to 20 hour game.
Oh, really? I did not know it was that long.
Yeah, and that's
I
what
played
tired
maybe
after
an
that
hour
one.
or two of it.
And that's what
Yeah.
killed me. Everybody wants a long game. Like, that's a good reason. That's a good evidence of no, you don't. Because
Yeah.
that game is so short and it's so stretched out. You get into these like fights, and I was just like, when is this thing going to end? And I was like, I have to be close. I have to be close. It's like, no, you unlocked a new ability where you can like burn things now. It's like, oh, great. They had an app coming out for it.
You don't even like your power ups. You're like, just take it away.
Real quick, back to the Parappa. That was my first PlayStation game ever.
Oh, really?
I got it like when it came out. I remember.
I
I was
remember
on
playing
vacation.
the demo when it first came out. And it was just mind blowing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, now that I'm thinking back, man, I used to be a PlayStation. I had so many long box games. Like
That's
I
probably
played
why
that.
you like this swap meet, because remember the
Yeah.
guy who's in the swap meet who sings reggae.
Yeah.
That might be why you like it so much.
Oh man.
You gotta believe.
You gotta believe, man. You're gonna get some good games. You gotta believe.
Yeah, you can't be sad and play Parappa either.
Yeah, it's
really.
so
I really,
good.
it's actually really hard too, right?
Yeah, it is.
yes,
I-
it is.
The
Yeah.
timing is, and now how are they going to get the? Yeah, how are they going to do the timing now with?
They'll have to do it. They'll have to put
The delay. Of
a calibration thing like
Yeah.
they did with Guitar Hero and all those, where you run it
Sure.
through and you have to hit the buttons in time to set your calibration.
that makes sense. Okay, what else? What else did they announce?
So there was that stuff. We're talking about Crash Bandicoot, Resident Evil 7. They kind of had some updates on it, and also
Yes.
on the same day of the thing, they released a demo update that allows you to play the Resident Evil
The guy. the
demo in
A longer demo.
a longer demo, but it allows you to play it in VR.
Cool.
So that night, I actually played it in VR, and
person. How was it?
I thought it was really cool. I mean, it's definitely very immersive, and there's
I've heard.
yeah, there's parts where you're like, "Ugh, it's kind of gross or whatever, but
It looks so good. I'm so excited
the
for
thing
it.
that's a little and I don't know if it'll be this way in the final version or not, but my only real complaint about it was that when you're wearing the goggles, you don't, when you turn from side to side, it's not a smooth turn. It's not a smooth motion. You hit the right stick and it turns like 30 degrees at a time.
Wow.
And it's very abrupt. It's like this. There's no animation to the turn. You just snap.
Oh,
30
weird.
degrees.
I've heard
weird.
that. So when they're figuring out VR, that was one thing that they, there's
Not really
there's we're
figuring-
still trying to
having-
figure out
yeah,
a way.
trying to
but that
figure
was
out.
one way of eliminating the nausea that happens.
Yeah, it doesn't make me nauseous, but it's just it takes you out of it a little bit when
Yeah.
you're sort of just snapping from
doesn't
one
feel
view to the
natural.
What
other.
about
Yeah.
this? Do you think you could change it in the settings? In the
I
future?
don't know. Again, I don't know if it'll. I don't see any reason. I mean, it's not like the old Resident Evil games where everything's pre-rendered.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason they couldn't make a smooth animation to be
Yeah.
able to do it.
I
so
bet you it's an
So I don't know if it'll be optional or not in the final version. And maybe it's optional even in the demo, and I just didn't look in the right spot. Or actually, I didn't even look to try to change it. But in the demo, it tells you, yeah, it's going to snap. It's going to rotate 30 degrees at a time or whatever.
I have a
thing is.
pre-order down for the
So-
$180 like
Jeez.
special edition.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have like $80 trading
I'm
credit.
only going to buy it if it comes with the chainsaw
I know.
controller.
I think the guy earlier is like, oh, I can't get res because that's $20, and you're just dropping this.
because I had a bunch of old like broken controllers I traded into GameStop.
that's
so
fine.
yeah, I got $80. So it's like
yeah,
it's
if you
free
get that,
money.
yeah,
Why not?
GameStop is giving money for retro games, so then they can burn them in a fire or do whatever they do with those.
Trade
games.
on all your broken stuff.
Yep.
Jip them over.
Yep.
Pro tip.
Anything else, Adam?
Oh, let's see. I was just looking through the list here and see if there's anything else we want to talk about. The one thing that really actually got me very excited, and I'm not sure about the younger crowd. Some people kind of look like whoa, like they didn't know what they were talking about, but they announced that, and I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's Garou Garou. Mark of the Wolves. It's a Dreamcast game. Well, it's a Neo Geo game that became a Dreamcast game, but on the Dreamcast called Fatal Fury. Mark of the
Yeah, I
Wolves.
just know it as Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves.
Yeah. So anyway, same game. But they released it on PSN.
Oh.
And which I immediately downloaded, like before the conference was even over. I got my phone out. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna buy that. And
Very good fighting game.
yeah, and it actually is really good. It's very playable. And it's really cool. I actually put even the VR headset on and played it, the 2D in the VR, which was kind of fun.
That's cool.
And it also has online on it, which it's never had before. So that's really cool. But the other big thing is, and they've not released it yet. I was actually under the impression that they were going to release it the same day. And so all day long I was checking PSN, like when's Windjammer's going to hit?
Oh,
When's
man.
Windjammer's going to hit? And it never did.
I
So
did
I'm-
see the trailer to this.
So I'm
one.
not sure
Yeah.
exactly when it's coming out, but Windjammers is going to be on PSN,
that's awesome.
which is and it's also going to have online play. And for those that don't know, Windjammers is a classic Neo Geo game that by a lot of people is held in very high regard as far as its multiplayer prowess.
Yeah.
And
Super fun.
I've never played it before. I've always wanted to play it. I've heard people talk about it, ad nauseum, and so I'm really excited to actually get to be able to play it.
So, didn't you? So, sorry. On a side note for Windjammers, didn't you own a multicade, the game Elf?
I did, yeah.
It's on there.
I'm sure it was.
Well,
But
you didn't know.
I didn't know when I owned it. And there were
Yeah.
619 games. Or
yes.
something
In
on
your
there, so
defense, there's so many games.
Yeah, it gets overwhelming
Yeah.
at times. My buddy has one.
well, my
another
problem
buddy
was
has
I
one,
kind of
so-
played like probably 40 or 50 games on there, and I was like, I know all these are good. Those were kind of my go-tos, so I would just skip
Yeah.
and play those games. So yeah, now that I don't have it anymore, which that arcade board was in a Virtua Fighter 2 cabinet, which is a massive cabinet.
Beast.
It just
Oh, really?
It's much bigger than a regular arcade machine. It just took up too much space, so I had to get rid of it. But yeah, so there are all these games that now I know were on there, and I know I would really like that I didn't play when I had it. So maybe someday. I'll
Windjammers is great. I've played it quite a bit. It's a lot more fun to play with somebody else there live instead of playing the computer. But it's real simple, and did you say it's got online play?
Yeah, it's gonna have online play.
Yeah, and that's
so
amazing.
awesome, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard we don't know much about the Nintendo Switch yet, but they released a couple random things, and part of it was the price. Did we talk about they were kind of released what they think the pricing is?
Yeah, I've heard leaks and things, but I don't know. I mean, I guess Nintendo's confirmed anything.
No.
per
Rumor
se,
mill.
which they
Yeah.
won't. But
Yeah, and what did you guys?
I
hear?
heard 250.
I heard 250 and 300.
Yeah,
300
I've heard
bundle,
299
250.
and 250.
Yeah, there's two
Yeah.
different ones. There's a 300 and a 250,
Yeah.
which I'm good. I hope it's that much.
300. I mean, 250, 300. That's. I mean, I can jump on ship
You
on
it's
that.
it's got a
early.
look of. I hope it's really powerful, but it's small enough, and it's not going to be. It's going to do what they normally do. My only thing is if you get more of an experience of it on a screen or in a handheld instead of on there, I really want to know what they do with it. That's a different story about this thing that isn't out yet that we don't know about. But one thing that we did kind of leak was new would be the Nintendo GameCube. You will be able to play on the Virtual Console on this thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm a huge GameCube fan. So
Yeah, and what also is kind of neat is then maybe for the community that is having trouble emulating, because there's people having, there are GameCube emulators out there, but they're not. From what I've heard, they're not as good as they could be. They're going to release 3 games at the start, and the 3 games are, I hope I remember. I know 2 of them for sure. Luigi's Mansion.
Awesome.
I actually played back through that like 8 or 10 months ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
good,
So now
yeah.
you're prepped to play it
Yeah.
on your new. And I don't think it's going to have the hardware, and it's all going to be software enabled, so it is emulation, which is going to be interesting because they can't put the hardware of it.
They usually do pretty well with that, though. So
Yeah. And then
Nintendo's the best at that.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Nice.
Yeah. And I don't, not Beautiful Joe, and one other. Duh. Here, let me help you guys guess.
Oh,
Wind
Mario
Waker.
Kart.
Nope.
The what?
Wind Waker,
Nope.
F-Zero.
Think of a game we all could play together.
Smash
Brothers,
Brothers.
yeah,
Is it going to
that's
be
it.
Melee? Oh,
Yeah.
Smash
yeah.
Brothers Melee is going
That's
to
my
be a
favorite.
download.
It's my favorite Smash.
Oh, really?
Brothers.
So
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna definitely
Yeah.
download that. I hope also they're cheap because a lot of games like Shantae, right? You can
Yeah.
download on the Virtual Console for $5.
Yeah.
and that is how many $100 game? It's like a
Yeah,
$500 game.
yeah.
No,
Is it gone up?
it's
even
gone.
Oh,
up
it's
a
gonna be
ton.
more, yeah,
it's
it's
like a
ridiculous.
$500 game right
Yes.
now, which is crazy. How are these people doing it? We think we've got good collections. We aren't some big ballers
Oh,
spending
no,
$500.
we ain't got nothing.
I got
a
a
lot of people.
fake version of it, which I'm not a big fan of bootlegs unless it's a good bootleg and they show that this is a reproduction. Basically, it's a really good reproduction. It's not trying to cheat anybody, but I got that on AliExpress, and it is a very good game.
Nice.
It is a dang good. Did you guys ever play Shantae?
No, I've heard
No,
from
I
people who
haven't.
played it. And
You
everybody.
guys really should play it.
Yeah, no, I've heard that it's really good. I just haven't. It's on the Virtual Console, and I've thought about getting it a few times, but really, I'm still actually working through Mario World on Virtual Console.
I'm not
right
a
now,
digital
so.
person either, so it's
Yeah, and
it's
I-
hard. I don't get too many digital games.
I don't either.
So.
I try really hard
Yeah.
not to. It's hard not to on PSN because everything's so darn cheap. But
Yeah.
but I try not to buy digital because I like having the physical things. But
Yeah.
maybe someday. But aside from those games at PSX, and I'm really still am very excited about the Switch in general. I think especially if it's going to play GameCube because I've got about half the GameCube games or thereabouts. It's one of my dreams to have a complete GameCube collection someday.
Yeah.
But
How far away are you?
I have to go and look. I think there's like 491 games, I think, and I think I have near 300.
I just unloaded a bunch of commons on you because tonight I am taking home the Sega Dreamcast kiosk.
Yeah,
So,
so Shane and I worked out a
awesome.
trade.
yes,
So.
so I unloaded a bunch of stuff.
We
a
should
lot
tell
of
Casey
stuff.
the game nerd because he is like he has everything in the world.
Yeah.
Plus 10, right?
Yeah,
And he does
absolutely.
not have a Dreamcast kiosk.
I got him on one
Yeah,
thing.
he should-
Yeah, I got you.
He's got a lot of kiosks too.
Yeah,
probably-
he's
a kiosk guy, man.
Yeah.
This guy is.
Yeah, he's
legit.
He's got a room full. He's probably I think he's got like something over 10, maybe 20.
yeah.
But he does not have a Dreamcast one, and now you're gonna own one, so that's really cool. Yeah, it's in great shape. Where did you get yours, Adam?
I just happened to be down in Oklahoma and got on Craigslist, and there it was. And so I text the guy. I said, "Hey, dude, I have money. You have kiosk. Let's make it happen." So
yeah.
I actually I'm trying to remember. I got some really good stuff from that guy. I got Cannon Spike from that guy. I got
Which I have now, right?
which Benjamin now
Yeah.
has. Apparently, I'm just a Dreamcast sellout. I think
Yeah,
that's
you
what-
don't really. Hey, you know what? You like. What
I
you
love
like.
the Dreamcast though. I really do. So I don't want to be a Dreamcast sellout. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. I got Keenan Spike. I got Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Man.
I got Marvel vs. SNK. I mean, SNK versus Capcom from this same guy. And I got Illbleed from that guy.
Illbleed. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's getting up there too. It's a real good game. Really bizarre. Super bizarre.
I heard
game.
really weird.
Yeah, but anyway, that was like a really good buy. So I got all that stuff from that one dude.
Wow.
And
And where was he? You said you drove a ways.
yeah, well, I met him at a convenience store in Oklahoma City and just bought it all, and he gave me a good deal on it, and I said, sweet, and we high-fived, and, and I drove away.
Wait a second, you high fived, or are you just kidding?
No, I'm kind of making that up.
Oh, okay. Well, shoot. Well, no, we.
I would like to think that we both jumped at the same time and heel clicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then time froze for a moment.
Yeah.
Well, my wife and I hung out. We had like a dinner date with friends, and they're the cutest couple. Like they're just meant for each other. And it was funny when they get excited, they high five. And I was just like, "Oh, that's the coolest little thing. That's their thing." And so when you said that, I thought like maybe
a
maybe you
moment.
did actually high five. Let's do that next time we have a Craigslist thing. No
Yeah.
matter what we're selling or buying, let's go at the end and say, "Okay, let's make this official."
Just hold your hand up.
Hold
Hold
up
the
your
hand
hand.
up.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
man.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've done some Craigslist deals before where I think personal contact is probably good not to have been partaken in.
Maybe it'll help you get the thing cheaper, Adam. Think about that. It's like, hey, if you give me a high five, and they're like, just take it. I don't
It's
know.
just sores, I swear.
No,
I'm like,
yeah.
dude, chill out.
No, every now and then I'll do. I mean, most of the Craigslist things and all that kind of stuff work out just fine. But yeah, every now and then I'm kind of. And there's been a couple times I've gone places with my wife, to some really sketchy, apartment complex or something,
Yep.
and I've been like, here's the keys. Move over to the driver's seat. If I'm not back in 15 minutes, just drive away. And go,
Oh man.
we gotta have a sketchy Craigslist moments like episode or something.
If I ever die buying old video games, I want that to be like on my tombstone.
Dude, it's legit. Like I could tell you guys a story. Once I picked up a pachinko machine, which those are the little Japanese little parlor things, and this lady randomly had one, and she was in a bad part of town, and she was, attractive. I think even had her kid running around, but this part of town was not super.
Yeah.
And I think she was faking that she had a husband upstairs because she would always, because when I'd ask her price, she'd show something. I was like, oh, and she had this other thing. And I was like, oh, and she had it for 30. I was like, well, would you take 20? And she said, let me go ask my husband. She did this like 4 or 5 times. She would go upstairs, but it felt like one of those things like, oh, I'm going to brush my teeth now, Mom. And you walk towards the bathroom, you shut the door. Instead, it's like, why does he always shut the door and have the sink running? And I used to do that. I used to sit on the edge of the bathtub and not brush my teeth when I was a kid. My mom was like, how did you know? It's like, well, you only shut the door when you don't brush your teeth, and then you leave it open when you do. But anyway, I felt kind of bad, but that's kind of what you got to do. So she went up there, and I'm pretty sure, unless her husband was really lazy and didn't ever move or anything, she went up there and just kind of said, but that's a good workaround, I guess. It's just, obviously you didn't have to worry about any of that with me. One of those things is that Game Boy Advance sign, man, I need to find something I want to trade that for you with.
This one up here?
Yeah, that one in the corner. I need to find something that is worthy to you. That you've got these. I guess we need to describe them. We'll take pictures of these things sometime. But they're a store display sign in
I
here.
think they came out of a GameStop. I'm not sure where
it's
those are from.
GameStop.
Oh, really?
That was a Craigslist deal. Yeah,
Yep, that's GameStop.
That's really cool. So you got a GameCube one, which is great. 2 PlayStation 2 ones.
Yeah, actually, I would rather you try to get one of my PlayStation 2 signs off me, because I have 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm not a PlayStation 2
Yeah,
fan.
and I had an I had an Xbox one.
Yeah.
But I Shane has that one
The
now.
Xbox guy got it.
Yeah, the Xbox guy got it. So
He swooped it up.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool.
so I would rather hang 2 identical PlayStations.
Well, you should put them on the. On
I'm sorry,
one end-
Xbox fans.
one end
I
or-
don't mean to be bad.
One end or another.
I
they
love it,
just-
so it's okay.
Yeah, they're hanging out together. Yeah. Oh
All
man.
right.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but that's actually I'll tell a funny. Well, maybe Craigslist deal here recently or a while back, since you were speaking of Xbox. Shane actually benefited a lot from one of my Xbox buys not terribly long ago, so I saw this game called Popful Mail, which is a Sega CD game, and it's an expensive Sega CD game.
What is
It's
it called?
Popful Mail, Popful Mail, MAIL.
Really?
Okay.
awesome game.
It sounded like you said gibberish, and you did say gibberish.
I did.
He said gumbutt. Gumbutt.
I want to hit the gun button.
So at any rate, I saw this thing come along on Craigslist, and I was like, "Oh, that's a really rare, expensive game," and it's an old Working Designs game, and so it's sought after, rare. Every Sega CD collector, like, that's one of the games they want, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it
And so he had
How much
100
is it worth? Sorry.
It's worth like 300, 350 now.
Wow,
something
that's
Yeah,
a
like
it's
lot
that.
of
really
moolah.
jumping.
Yeah, and so I was like, whoa. And at first I thought it was fake. So this guy had this one Sega CD game I wanted, plus 88 Xbox games for $100.
Whoa.
And so I thought, God, this is a little screwy, And so I text the guy, and he's like, yeah, come over tomorrow afternoon and get him or whatever. So I show up to this dude's house, I roll up to his house, and he's sitting on his porch with a big trash bag next to him.
Oh my god.
like a 60-gallon, like a big leaf, size trash bag, except it's got all these angles sticking out of it all over the place.
Jeez.
And he's like, "Are you here for the games?" I said, "Yeah." So I give him, my $100. I look in there, and it's just full of games. and he says, "Well, here's the one that you want to keep in good condition," and he hands me the Popful Mail, which is in great
It
condition.
would have been great if it was like, here's the one you want to keep
Yeah.
in good condition. Fusion Frenzy for the Xbox.
but the plastic on that thing was perfect. It was complete. Even the little block of styrofoam was perfect inside of the
Wow.
manuals in
So
perfect
he
condition.
knew
That's
what he
cool,
was
man.
doing.
No, he knew what he was doing, but anyway, and then he just hands me this giant bag of Xbox games. With it, it looks like he's just drug him behind his car, over to the. But so I get home and I start going through all these Xbox games, and like I said, there's 88 of them, but like a lot of them are like collector's edition tins, and I mean, like every Xbox game you would have wanted to own for the original Xbox was in that bag.
Did he
Yeah.
say where he got them, or didn't even ask?
No, he said they were his, and I believe him. I don't think they were stolen or anything like that. He was kind of like, yeah, I got to move. I got all this stuff. I don't play with it anymore. I just need it out of here,
Wow.
And so at any rate, so I called Shane up and I was like, dude, I'm not really an Xbox collector, and I just wanted this one thing, but now I have like this giant megaton bomb of Xbox software. Would you,
Yeah.
So
I was super excited.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
it
it was crazy though. He even had like all the Xbox magazine demo discs.
Yeah,
He-
see, I got those from you, and then I
Yeah.
got you kept a lot of the, you
I
kept a
kept
lot
the-
of the
I kept
fighters,
the fighting games,
the
'cause
fighting
I
games,
wanted
and then the
those.
collector's editions you
Yeah.
kept and stuff. I took a lot of people would call junk. I mean, I liked them. I mean, there were some cool games like there was a Breakdown was down in there. What else? Man, there was a lot of good games. It's been
Yeah.
I mean, that was about a
I think
year
I
ago,
kept,
so I can't
kept
really
maybe
remember.
15 of them out of the.
I think
the whole
about
thing,
15,
yeah.
20, and then you gave me all the rest. You were like, take this junk. I'm like, all
I
right.
I didn't call it junk, but I was like,
Yeah, it was close. It was close.
well, people already complain at us that we don't love the Xbox enough. So
I love the Xbox.
I don't hate the Xbox. It's just I got to pick and choose a little bit on what
Yeah.
I want to collect on. And
I see where a lot of people, if you're going to pick and choose a system, I could see it doing it with the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. And I have both, but I like if the game came out on either Xbox or PlayStation 2, I always pick the one on the Xbox.
Sure,
So-
yeah,
so
because usually it's.
I
the better
usually think it's the
version.
better version.
Yeah,
so
a lot of times it is.
Well,
I mean,
and-
they have HD. A lot of it's widescreen.
Yeah.
You know, PlayStation 2 did not do these things.
Yeah.
And I've had multiple copies of certain games. And yeah, like especially if you ever have a game, I don't know what this would be called, where you have video inside video.
Yeah.
You know, where it shows rendering of a video inside the game.
Yeah.
It's super blocky on one, and then on the Xbox,
It's clear.
It's running,
Yeah.
and they're built like a tank. They usually work pretty well. The CD drawer, yeah, if you mess with them, a lot of those will break. But like I never.
You just got to
broke 'em.
clean the rubber
Yeah,
band.
so
Yeah.
I don't know, but eventually, because my problem as a collector has always been that some people like try to complete certain sets and I'm just like, oh, look at the shiny thing, and then I buy that, and
Yeah, that's how I am
or I
too.
go after that, and
That's how I am.
I'm really unfocused. So I started initially a while back collecting for Xbox. Then I thought, I don't have a personal history with this system.
Yeah.
I didn't play it when it was new.
Oh, see, I do. So that's
I don't
why
have I don't have nostalgia for any of this stuff, but Shane does.
Yeah.
And so if I see good deals on Xbox stuff,
See, and I didn't even know you liked it that much. I thought I was the one that liked it. You
No.
really liked
Well,
it?
I mean,
really
I
like
had
it, man.
like for instance, I was at an antique mall of all places, and I found a Dead Rising collector's edition that has this cool poker chip set and all
Oh,
this
yeah.
stuff in it.
I played a lot of 360.
Which is super
that's
cool,
360.
and that's
Yeah, I like-
and that's
yeah, I
a
like
360
360.
thing. So I'm like, hey Shane, this is awesome,
Yeah, I do not
and
With that said, I don't really have a lot of 360 games though. I mean, I always end up trading it or selling it. a lot of times,
and
just
every now
because-
and then.
And those would be hard to complete for like in the
Yeah,
future.
there's no way.
There's so many like 360 games. PS3, everybody always says like because I have a lot. Like, oh, you're so are you kidding? There's like 1,200,
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
and they're still making them. It's been 12 years.
And that's the thing. Like I would really like to have a complete GameCube set, and I have around 300 of them.
See, that's
And like I
doable,
said,
though.
there's
Yeah.
well, maybe
I wish.
it's quote unquote doable, but really like getting 500 games for a single system is a big task.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of running down and tracking. I mean, unless you want to spend big bucks and get it all online
Sure.
and everything else.
But I've got
Which I don't think really much of. We're not really about that. Any
No,
of us.
I mean, and part of the reason my
I do have a
collection's-
lot of PS3 though.
but I try
do.
to get them on the buy one get ones or the
Sure.
So if one of the shops is having a sale, I'll go in and try to buy a bunch of stuff at that point to fill things in. But it's not easy completing a set. It really isn't.
No, I'll never
And-
complete anything.
Well, I'm very close to a complete 32X set. I'm very close to my Wii U complete set. So those will probably be my first
And
two. But they're also small
64?
sets. I'm still 100 games away from a complete 64 set.
Oh, okay.
But they're almost. But to my credit, all the
Lot-
games I don't
sports.
have are sports games for the
That's
most
how
part.
with the PS3.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I've got 3 or so, not that many of the sports, and there's probably 300-400 total or something crazy. Maybe not that much, but there's a ton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I don't know. I think that about does it for our episode. What do you think,
I
guys?
think
Episode
so.
3?
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
talked about enough garbage.
We went on long enough.
Yep.
So it's holiday season. We are we want to say bi-weekly independent podcast
Yeah.
known as Video Game Dads. We appreciate all our new follows and likes on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Oh, I will say this: those sticking out and listening to the whole podcast. This is like kind of a dumb thing, but I got Ice-T to like one of my tweets. I think that's pretty cool, and he's the legitimate Ice-T. What I did was, just trying to promote.
It wasn't like a drink.
It wasn't, and he did that commercial like iced-tea lemonade. Yeah, he was talking about Westworld, and I thought I was going to be clever, and I guess, clever enough for him to like it. And I did a reply to him, and it's like I woke up and it said, "Ice-T liked your tweet." I was like, "All right, well, if the rest of this Twitter stuff doesn't work out, I'm okay." There's a lot of celebrities out there like video games, like we already talked about Fassbender, and now this, and now everybody else in between.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for joining us for episode 3 in the books. We're gonna. What I was gonna say is we are a bi-weekly independent podcast. We will try to see if we can put in another episode
Squeeze
for you
one in.
guys
Yep.
next week instead of the last episode was 2 weeks ago. And the next episode, we're gonna try to see if we can finagle doing it in between this holiday time where people maybe have a little more time to listen to a podcast.
Yep.
For comments, questions, anything you'd like to talk about,
Please
suggestions
email
for
us.
the show, let us know. What is the email, Adam?
It is videogamedads@yahoo.com.
And our Facebook page, not a group, I get that mixed up, sorry. There's a page and a group. This is actually our Facebook page, so look at us under page. And what is our address, Shane?
It's facebook.com, Facebook Dads. Whoa, boy. Oh, boy. Video game dads. Here we go.
Facebook.com/video game.
Thank you.
I was like, Facebook
Getting a little tired
dads.
here.
No,
Getting a
that's
little
fine.
tired.
Facebook dads. That works out. And then our Twitter is @videogamedads. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. On to our next episode, and we will see you guys later.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed that music, please check out Evan King on Bandcamp for further details, and you can download some for yourself. Thank you.
Bye-bye.